Oh, we're almost some sort of
Say
weird...
hello, Internet.
Hello,
Internet.
I won.
So what happened last time on Who Wants to Be a Vampire?
We're sent on a weird scavenger hunt, basically.
Oh, sorry, let me try again. What happened last time on Whose Blood Is It Anyway?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
We got invited to the Von Eckerberts and sat in audience of some crazy Germans, and we're all very offended for a very particular...
Yeah, we pissed off somebody.
Bert is not German, and
I know he's Viennese.
We found out that
Klaus is German.
Strauss is a jerk.
Strauss, Klausen.
That was not your fault. That's Tony's fault.
Yeah.
I hear Klaus is a dude. That's what I hear.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that.
He's moving up in the world.
He's
Strauss is German, and that's
like
what I mean.
Levi Strauss, who has not made jeans yet, or is about to make.
He's about to make a killing.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it makes some sense that the person who makes jeans is a vampire.
Yeah, well.
Anyway.
He will be the best genius.
Just didn't realize he was actually releasing that the original version of denim is made out of human skin.
No. Stop.
Oh, that's right.
It feels like a second
skin. No more sperms.
Right?
Because it is.
No.
I like them because when I put them on, they make like a really cool comfort noise. I can't explain it.
You just made these out of cotton, they'd be more mass producible. I guess you have a good point.
It's like when I slide my butt over, like somebody's making like a noise, and I don't know where it comes from. But
Damn it! You totally derailed this.
Oh no!
So much.
My mom's been saying that I was about 5. So
that's weird. The things I didn't know about your mom. Anyway.
No, we totally derailed this.
Yes.
So okay. So we met the Viennese and the Germans and Marisol, who was excited, and Raldolph was there too. And
no butt stuff was had.
No, we just kind of possibly discussed butt stuff. But so I guess the gist of it, there's some sort of magical ceremony ritual thing that needs to happen to protect the domain that Vannevar Thomas is going to take over as prince.
Shifty Tremere doing shifty Tremere stuff.
I mean, and
Raldolph isn't a Tremere.
And Lasombra. And wait, no, never mind. I don't know who the other guy.
They're all wizards doing wizard things.
There's 2 Tremere in the Lasombra because Bert and Strauss are Tremere.
All right. Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's a surplus of Tremere.
Yes.
Right.
Strauss
and,
is the
and
one.
So there was, each of them had 3. Wait. Each of them had 2 items, and we had to take one of those. Each of us took one of them. We have to put them around the city in around the region in certain areas.
Is this the first game since we stopped?
Maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought don't we need to do a recap for the internet? Because
we do.
Oh no!
Oh, I thought we streamed too long of a recap. I don't know about this.
We didn't stream the last vampire game. We streamed my game on Monday.
Yeah, and we streamed 7C.
7C.
No, because we streamed a vampire. Because we streamed we recorded a vampire, and then we didn't do a 7C, and then we streamed vampire.
Once like a while ago, because there was like one time where we did it and then we stopped doing it again.
It was a test run, if I remember.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, spoilers.
Yeah, let's check the internet and find out.
It's like it's
despite my
posted somewhere.
You really did try to kill us.
I mean, how do we we're in San Francisco.
I know I recorded a session, but I hadn't posted it.
And
Our
Okay,
mic-
there you go.
And I don't recall if we did a recap and
The
that sentence.
the last one for this game. The last one for this game is March 22nd.
Oh, that was
Okay.
Jesus' birthday.
March 20.
Wow.
Well, we traveled a lot. We lost on one.
March
We,
22nd.
That
We
was
were
on the
both
Okay,
going into California. I have the notes. I date everything I write
If you
here.
want to know what happened in between, tweet at us, tag us on Instagram, etc. I'll make each of us in turn answer one.
Yeah,
Oh man, I wish someone would actually do that.
there's a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure at that point, Russ wasn't even around. So
yeah.
No.
Well, according to my notes, we were just going into California, and I literally have right here. We think about why Fred left.
And it'll be
Right there.
you hadn't mastered Russ yet, and Fred was still making weird foot puppets.
No, he actually left by then on the 22nd. That was when he, like, right after he left.
Oh, okay.
That's
So,
when you were and Fred was gone.
oh, okay. So that was the last. All right, I got you.
But what they missed is that Annie died.
That's true. They did miss.
Yep.
They did miss the Annie's Viking funeral.
Yeah, you missed the
alert.
song.
It was great.
It's okay. We'll post up that stuff. if people
Bill and
understand.
Delia did it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bill and Delia had their romantic tryst, and then Bill feels weird about it.
And then
Yeah, they
Bill
did it, and then it was awkward.
doing that again.
Yeah,
And
we could
Tony
just,
is succeeding with his prequel bullshit because now I'm like, I know that Bert guy from the future because I know that story, but now he has a wife and I don't know what the fuck happened to her. So now, yeah, basically. So now I'm hooked.
What happened to Kim? I mean Marisol.
I know I'm playing this, but now I'm watching this fucking show because now I got to figure out what the fuck happens.
Right?
And Pip finally reunited with her husband, so no more writing letters.
Honestly,
And
nothing
they're all
He's writing
dating
fan
while we're
fiction.
dating in the same
No.
building.
because we've
Now
been
she's
doing.
writing fan fiction about Bill and Delia.
That's
You
right.
guys missed,
That was commissioned by Marisol.
the internet missed several weeks of us socially being awkward with everybody in game, in addition to being socially awkward in real life. So that
And now
was
we're writing letters to each other in game.
That's
You
true.
know, why not?
There was thank you
Nothing's
notes.
changed.
They were delightful.
I think my character's still the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
But last game, now we took part in that ceremony, and now we all have our magical MacGuffin items that we need to go.
Except Bill, because Bill stayed the fuck out of
Because
it.
Bill's like, I'm having none of that.
Yeah, Bill was smart. That's all right.
Frankie did get to commit crimes with the permission of her dad, so that was cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, I did?
Yeah, I accompanied you on the B&E one.
Man, that was like barely crimes. That was like maybe I
Barely.
didn't even really get to take anything and keep it.
That sounds like someone's ungrateful.
Wait, no, I did feel something else because I was all, man, it's not enough crime for me. So I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
well,
take some
that's-
extra stuff.
There was a discussion outside about what the next steps were.
Okay. So we've only delivered one package or no?
No, we haven't delivered anything.
We haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
We
Right
like I
now.
said, we were having this meeting. Everyone was fucking offended. Pip was pissed that Strauss is talking down to everyone, especially Everett.
Oh, yeah.
And also Everett is confused on why everyone is being really cagey about
Frederick.
Frederick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then Bert.
No, we're not
Bert
gonna tell
hung
about
out
him.
a little bit after the fact, and Bert was like, "No, he's kind of a dick. I agree."
That's his MO.
Hey, we slightly like you a little more now.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Mrs. Dinkles for a sexy
Oh,
pencil.
yes. Tony got a new sexy pencil.
Lisa can let Dinkles and let Mrs. Dinkles know that I'm putting it to use. We'll see if it kills anyone. It's gonna be great.
oh great.
Yeah.
Yeah. hold off on any congratulations.
So, like, we did possibly maybe get, like, ensorcelled somehow by the end of this.
Yeah, that's right. There was some sort of weird ritual.
I don't know exactly what happened there because I don't know magic.
Yeah, Bill proudly proclaimed that she was not involved in any of the magic shit.
Yeah, and then there was
Yes.
a tour.
We'll see. Anyway.
Bill
So,
says
yeah.
outside, is he more of an ass than before?
Does Hannah have any questions for the crew before you guys call it a night? Or before you guys call it a day? Before the next night where you will begin preparations for the trip?
Hannah doesn't. JC wants to know if we decided where the first place we're gonna go is, or we're still deciding.
Hannah might also have that question.
Well, that's. Well, if JC knew, then it would, like, if it was discussed there.
No, it was not.
Not.
I see a hand.
Yeah, but
What?
I'm just saying I have a plan.
Okay. Bill has a plan.
Is the plan killing Strauss? Just kidding.
Because
Let's do it.
I mean, I've been a seneschal before. I can do it again.
You can kill Strauss as soon as you figure out how to roll initiative.
But I know.
Roll d10 and add dex or wit, whichever is higher. Okay, I'm killing Strauss now. Bye.
Yeah, all of us.
Four can't see me now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DM
that's
said
not
it
very
was okay.
That's 4 versus 1.
Yeah,
What was
he's
that,
a
Megan?
fucking wizard.
What?
I
Your plan. What's your plan?
Oh, the plan is just to go in the order that of the places. So we hit Burlingame, then Cupertino, then Santa Clara, then Fremont, then Hayward, then Oakland, because that just goes. Zoop.
Okay.
And then we'd have to get back to San Francisco, so we could either go back around or we could go across the bay somehow.
I didn't even.
Did any of us have the weird thing like Amaris did, where we can't go over water?
Nope, you guys faced that one like session 2 when I made you play Oregon Trail.
Yeah. No, we're.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that.
That was multiple sessions.
Russ definitely doesn't have that. As a matter of fact, he'd be fine just, flying back home.
He just jumps into the bay and it's like dog paddle.
Yeah.
Bear paddling.
Yeah.
Cute.
Bears are good swimmers.
Bears are good swimmers.
Bears are amazing. I'm sorry, we're supposed to be talking about game. I watched National Geographic's Wilds of Russia yesterday.
Oh,
And
you're gonna tell us
the
about your
whole
porn? All right.
the whole section about the bears. It was so cute. They were eating the salmon. And then Deanna was so confused. She was like, Minga, what are those salmon doing? And I'm like, honey, they're spawning. And so she's like, I don't get it. And so I'm like,
They're fucking Deanna.
they're having the awkward sexy times because that one spews out a bunch of eggs and then that one jizzes all over the eggs and then they die.
That's right. And the bears have a feast.
Yeah, it's very bacchanalian. I love it.
This is the content.
Which is what's going to happen if you have sex. You're going to have sex then die.
That's right. Gotta get that Kappa Gill in there.
So save it for a good one.
That's right.
Welcome to your wild
Make it worth it.
Like, mammals are a weird exception in that because like a lot of like insects and fish and whatnot, that's how it works. It's like you fucking then immediately die after.
Yeah.
That's right.
You
Never
live like
go to a fucking class reunion because you go back to your hometown and then you fuck and you die. This is what happens.
Okay.
Anyway.
The Burlingame is the small green glass
We're an
jar.
educational channel as well.
So we all wake up, gain a willpower, lose a blood point.
Woo!
It's the next night. Well done. Mrs. Sterling,
I'm going to have to explain to you what we're doing because I
your
won't know.
husband is not in your quarters. There is a
I
folded.
was like, my booze not in my bed.
There is a folded letter at your bedside table.
Where was I last time, Frankie?
If,
I could roll again.
of course, Pip opens it, expecting to see prose.
Oh, indeed there is prose. It says something to the effect of my dearest wife and Nightingale. What? Yeah, right. Nightingale. something?
I just want to be like, my dearest comrade.
Either Nightingale or Songbird.
Hail, comrade.
I'll accept either.
Okay, I tried that 3 times and it's still
In
rolled.
the interest of,
I seem to be oscillating Eliza Frankie a lot right now.
I need to do these things.
Because it's funny.
Yes, my dearest Nightingale, a surprise delivery has arrived this late afternoon, and I wish to have it for our sojourn. Think I'm using that right? If not, I'm close, and I'll take it.
Megan says yes.
I believe the librarian. Okay, and then I will return at the soonest opportunity, so we may disembark. Yours eternally, truly, la da 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 in southern drawl.
I like how you said that with the accent.
I think he'd totally write it.
Like as a weird shorthand for all of the very ugly, gooey things you write each other.
La da 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 da.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
But in a drawl, Everett.
All right. Pip is actually gonna take a couple sips today. She's down 2 blood points, but I want to be at full before we leave. So I'm gonna grab one from Patty, one from Jean-Pierre, and she'll get dressed and wait for her husband to reappear.
Actually, when you start your ablutions,
Yes.
yes, I know I used that one right.
My toilette.
Well, you said it, not me.
What it's called.
Yeah, I know. I always loved Eau de Toilette, and I'm like, eh.
That's just watered down perfume.
I know. It's anyway. So yeah,
Yes.
either Patty or Jean-Pierre would
Pretty
inform
much
you
what I did when I
that
was a kid. I knew that was French.
if he's not back by the time you're ready, it's best that we get ready and meet him out on the road or outside, so that the party can leave at its earliest convenience. That was the wish he expressed, as it might take a little bit to get back.
Okay. Pip is putting on her hunting trousers.
Nice.
So, her stomping boots.
4 girls and a dad.
There's one of them is not a girl.
Sorry, 3 girls, 1 them, and a dad.
I like that. It's confusing. Oh, I'm Eliza right now. So I have no idea what's happening. Basically.
No, we'll do our usual
Exposition.
morning.
Fade. Okay, I get it. What do I have? What item do I have? Oh, yeah. So yeah, I ask you about this little box I have, and you tell me the things.
Yep. About ready to do that 2 more times.
and I say, I'm feeling a little peckish.
All right, so we're gonna go on the hunt too.
If we can.
Are you? Were you going to make any special preparations for the trip?
I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, Eliza probably has. I mean, she traveled for a good long while, so I'm sure she has things to wear on a journey.
Yeah, outside of grabbing a bite, I think Abe's okay.
Mm-hmm. Nothing special.
Where were you asking?
Well, at this moment I was asking Eliza and Abe, but also, yes, Russ and Bill and Hannah.
I mean, other than getting Sasha fed and ready to go, I don't have anything that I need to worry about. Because, frontiersman, he'll get what he needs on the way.
Bill is getting girdled. by not Greek style. Delia's helping, but now she looks like La Pistolera with her.
I just see her up with her foot on your back, like pulling your corset.
No. I mean, like,
no, I know.
Ancient Greek style, helping her get her fucking bandoliers on.
Yeah.
Hannah acquires her first pair of pants, of trousers for the trip.
Oh.
And Theo is helping her get accustomed to them. So it's very, very awkward and all around weird.
Also, Bill
As
needs
well as once she's ready, she goes downstairs and gets something to eat.
Wait, are we writing?
Oh,
I
wow.
find it funny that the most posh woman was the first one to adopt pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, those hard
It
pants.
was once, though.
Yeah. Hannah was like, no, I lived in a city. Everything is brought to you.
Rip it open.
Yeah.
It has snaps down either side, so she can rip it open for easier movement, but she still wears a skirt
Yeah.
and slippers for that matter.
That's what.
Bill, as you get geared up, Delia keeps biting your ear.
Oh.
Delia, we talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, try and stop me.
Yeah,
Right.
Bill needs to go eat a couple people because
Me
in,
too.
in frustration, because this is not really Hannah's realm of doing stuff, she just looks at Theo and is like, I don't know what I need. Bring me things that I might need.
Theo,
Yeah.
he goes, yes, Mademoiselle. I'll be back. And
So how are we traveling?
he exits the hotel
Uh-huh.
We're
swiftly.
not walking, right? But we're not on the open road either. So are we taking horses?
I mean, that's what I would assume is that we were gonna.
I mean, we still do have our carts back at camp.
Yeah, we have all of our
Yeah,
horses,
we're
our
still
cart.
technically there. We're just not there anymore.
But I mean, how much traveling are we actually doing here? It's
I mean, not a lot by modern standards, but by no freeway standards.
I guess it's true.
Yeah,
It's in-
we're basically making a horseshoe around the bay. So unless we want this to take a week, we probably need to grab horses.
Well, I would think horseback would probably be the easiest because trying to get a cart, if there's not really major roadways
Yeah.
or paths, then taking a whole cart is going to be a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, we don't really need.
Yeah,
Well, it depends though on if we're going to, because we have to go back somewhere where we could.
Well, we do need to bring something to sleep in because it's going to take
Exactly.
probably at least a couple of days, and not all of them just melt into the ground.
I was going to say that's a good point. Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, whatever Theo brings back to her, Hannah packs.
Are you gonna go eat first, or are you gonna wait till?
No, I'm gonna go eat while he's gathering things. So Hannah goes downstairs,
All right.
asks for a person that she can take 2 hits off of.
Cool. So anyone who needs to feed, go ahead and make me a manipulation plus streetwise or subterfuge or performance. You know, whatever your game is.
It's your fate.
Does my persuasive manipulation specialty work? get people-
Yeah, if you're trying to talk someone into sliding into a back alley with you, absolutely.
And letting me punch him in the neck.
Wait,
Right.
I thought it was something you brought to me.
Oh, you meant that as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Why would Hannah go hunting when they could bring stuff to her?
Okay. Prioritize that then.
Can I slide your
What
roll?
was the difficulty?
What's the difficulty?
7.
I got 6.
Woo.
Yeah, and you look like a weird cartoon with very little sort of oversight from any sort of larger organization, where it's just some lascivious woman luring men into alleys and then punching them in the neck.
As one does.
2 for Liza, mostly because of how disturbing it is. But you managed to get a victim. Abe, you got 4?
I got 5.
5? Yeah, you can give her some leftovers.
Okay.
So, Bill, go ahead and roll 3d10. Liza, roll 1d10, and Abe, roll 3d10.
Nice.
What do you get?
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
All right, then that's how much blood you get back. Abe can share with you if you need more than 9.
Technically speaking, I got 27.
So, yeah, more than enough.
I only needed 6.
There you go. You're good.
21 blood points.
You just punch an extra couple for good measure.
You just didn't like how that guy looked at you.
Right? Neck punch.
Yeah, right? I am a good shot now.
Neck punching. Punching dudes in the neck punching
I don't know why I care, but all right. Good. I was trying to find a thing, and I was like, well, it's not quite the right thing. But it doesn't fucking matter. It's fine. We'll see whether or not I should have kept looking when we get there.
Are
So,
you okay?
I'm fine. I dropped my pen. I don't know where it went.
Gone forever now.
I mean, there's a
Sasha
possibility of
Sasha or
Fel-
George will find it though.
Oh no, George won't find it. George is not allowed in Nina's room. My only problem is there's like a 10% possibility it went into the litter box. Oh, it didn't.
critical shit.
Wow.
There's a knock on the door,
Yes.
and it's Paco
Okay.
from the bar.
Yeah.
And he goes, Miss Ellen,
Yes.
how would you like your dinner prepared? Do you mind if it's still cooking or no?
No, not tonight. I need to reserve some energy.
Okay. And then he like scurries back down the hallway.
Yeah.
And after a
Oh,
few
I
minutes,
just assumed he closed the door for a second, snapped its neck, and then opened the door back up. 1 second.
and a few minutes
Sorry.
later,
Uh-huh.
there's another knock on the door.
Uh-huh.
As you open the door, you are eye level with someone's breast pocket, and this beast of limbs sort of leans down and goes,
Oh, it's really
holding
allergic to that.
a
Oh,
bar.
we forgot about Lurch, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot what his name was.
Clarence? What did I name him?
Clarence.
What did you name?
Yeah, Clarence, I think.
Yes.
He only has
Just
one name.
Clarence, no last name.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say in his house, one of these days I'm gonna make a slat board on that wall, and we're just gonna write down the names of all of Tony's character NPCs. So that he doesn't have to keep looking them up every like 35 seconds. Clarence?
Don't you just have a cheat sheet with everybody written? Like,
It's like 15 sheets passed, and he has to flip back and forth.
It's chronological.
His notebook looks like this, but then there's like all these X's like crossed out.
Y'all are lucky I even have notes, okay? Whatever.
Tony, do you need post-it
GM notes
notes
on
to
a
mark your
computer.
pages?
We have a good tendency to veer off script, so notes are only marginally useful.
Seriously, are there ever
I just
games
keep
where
bullet
that
points.
doesn't happen? I mean, I've never played one.
I think once this game ends, I will gladly share these notes with all of you because they're fantastic.
When we did Dresden, the first encounter, I had all the notes and everything written out, and then I saw just how useless that was. So then I just kept bullet notes of like, okay, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, and then I checked off the bullets like
Right.
as we finally like came around to them. But like
Yeah,
there was
I
no.
got back to them 2 years later.
That's all I've done. That's all I've done for Scion is bullet point notes.
That's the stuff that we were trying to, that I was hoping we'd go over in WeDM's Day, where it's like the island style campaign is sort of, you know, optimal because you can bounce around the Galapagos instead of being. But anyway, everybody on this train. Okay, so
We're not going to do our own Wildemount.
I did it.
Wildement?
Yeah.
What about Wildement?
We're not going to do our own.
What about it?
Very
We're not
good.
going to do our own.
So
As
totally different. Well,
Yeah. Wrote,
We
but
have
yeah.
our own campaign settings. What do you think?
Yeah.
Fuck, this is and her fucking thing,
Nice.
and we contain multitudes.
No.
we are Legion.
Oh yeah.
I could, if someone wants to offer me a fucking book
I mean,
deal
I'm
for
Legion.
D&D, hell yeah, I'll write a book.
Legion by myself.
Oh yeah, shout out to Mage Hand, Palma Vecna. I've been seeing him doing the tweeters, doing that good dark matter. Someone's running a dark matter game that we follow, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, we're doing it because we're in the middle of another Kickstarter for the starter set that the other guys put together, a reprinting of the original book, and then several adventure paths that we had people. One of the guys, one of them, the one written that's all basically mech themed, is written by what's his name? Who's on The Boys?
Oh, nice.
Jack Quaid.
Yeah, Jack Quaid wrote one of the adventures that we're doing as part of the Kickstarter. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool.
Solid.
Anyway,
Imagine how we would actually write an adventure to
so
sell.
yeah, so Clarence shows up
Uh-huh.
with a hot pocket, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of like motions to like, where would you like him to set your meal?
And that indicates like in a chair and goes, this will just take a minute.
He sets it down in the chair,
Uh-huh.
or it's a young Asian man,
Sure.
tan,
Yeah. Okay.
gross clothes,
Previous favorite.
probably got
Right.
picked up somewhere,
All over.
and
You're even in the same city.
sort of like regards it for just a moment after setting it into the chair,
Mm-hmm.
and then sort of nods at you as he steps outside and closes the door after himself.
Mm-hmm. Kind of takes her hits, gains her hit points.
How many did you take?
2.
Just 2?
Yeah, only need 2.
Okay.
And then knocks on the door for Clarence from
He,
opens the door and then lets
he
her.
lets himself back in,
Yep.
and sort of, he does like a sweep of the room.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure if that's just because of how much there is on him that needs to move,
Yeah.
or if he's expecting more of a scene.
Mm-hmm. That's very neat.
Leans over, picks up the person,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of like holds it like you would a pet,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of gives you a as he lets himself out.
Thank you. And that's it.
I think by then, Mrs. Sterling would have made her way downstairs.
Yep.
Are Jean-Pierre and Patty coming along for this adventure, or?
I think she'd bring Jean-Pierre. Need a
All right.
valet, but don't need a companion at this time because supposedly her husband is coming.
Excellent. And then
By the way, would you
Liza and Abe were out on the hunt already.
wearing Eliza clothes?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Because otherwise Frankie's going to be real mad.
Yeah.
So Frank's gonna be real mad.
Oh, right. I was asking if Abe would actually arrange to pack things that aren't Eliza clothes, because otherwise Frankie's wearing dresses if that's going to happen out there.
You're acting like we didn't spend months with full song and dance. Everything is done in fourths. Every conversation happens 4 times with like adjustments depending on who's on the receiving end. Like there's at this point there's a fucking system.
It's a full-time job, isn't it? Deal with it.
Abe's training as a squad leader prepared him for this, that he only has to deal with one member of that squad a day. So that, that works
It's an
out.
improvement.
Excellent. So I'm guessing you guys get all your gear together and pack it up and are sort of staged out front. Cool. Sounds like Russ is in a similar mood. He just packs his gear up and gets Sasha and hits his
if it's decided that we need one of the carts, Sasha and all that stuff is out back is still back at the camp. So if it's decided that we need one of the carts, he can hitch one of them to Sasha and bring it into town.
I don't know if it was decided.
Yeah, I think we still have to have that conversation in character.
Yeah, we haven't actually had that discussion.
I was assuming we were kind of hand-waving that because we're just kind of going forward with everything. So, like, we decide, hey, are we going to take carts and stuff like that in person, and then characters we're just kind of hand-waving us having, hey, we had a discussion about this. So,
or maybe we just like divide it and be like, okay, we'll do 2 this day, 2 that day, and 2 the other day, and then just come back after each night, because
but we're going to be getting farther and farther away. We can't just come back we don't have cars.
Yeah. So if there is a question of comfort, bringing a cart would make sense.
Yeah, well, I'm just like, can a cart fit all of our coffins? Oh, just one cart.
Abe is gonna sleep in the woods because that's
You're
Someone's sleeping in the woods. It's Abe.
right.
I guess
We finally know.
We need a North American version of that question. Okay.
That's right. But yeah, so that's Abe's main thing. Planning the trip would be like, if we bring a cart, we should bring probably only the one. We don't know what we're gonna encounter out there. We don't know what the terrain's gonna look like.
Wait, you can totally sleep in the woods and like not.
Oh, we can make this shit happen, I guarantee.
We need probably 4 boxes. One for Pip and her husband, because I imagine they sleep together. One for Bill, one for Miss Allen, and then probably just one for Frankie. Or I don't know if
I don't have multiples.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
So
But-
I just like Eliza just gets
3,
annoyed
a double
when-
wide, and then you guys are go sweep in the woods.
Like I'm gonna take a dirt nap literally. So
You're just gonna find shelter?
We'll bring the box. Abe will make this happen. Abe was out in the fucking woods for like
I imagine we
months
could
at a
stack
time.
5 coffins. I imagine we could stack 5 coffins in the same cart.
All right.
People want to rough it. You can sleep in a stack, which is not the best, but
Get some leaves, cover everybody.
It's like
fine.
bunk beds, but
right.
cargo.
Like no funny business, and if there is funny business, keep the noise to a minimum because we're contained space.
Okay, well that answers that question. I mean, like about half of me is okay with roughing.
So
it.
Russ will go back to the camp once he wakes up, and we have this little chat. Russ will go back to the camp, hitch up one of the larger carts. I don't know how many we have left right now, but one of the larger of the carts to Sasha, and we'll drive her back into town to the hotel.
Or maybe.
All right, cool. Bill, after your first of the evening constitutional, Are you pretty much geared up for the day and just wait for the next rollout, or?
What do you mean?
How else do you prep to disembark?
Oh no, she's already prepped. She just needed to eat before we left because she was
Right.
down 6 blood points, so
Okay.
better top off. So she's ready to go.
All right. By the time you get back to the hotel, Delia has 2 horses hitched to a post out front of the hotel, and she's in basically her doctor outfit.
Yeah, I almost forgot she was that for a while.
Right, her Dr. Quinn medicine woman looking thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong, baby? I know. So terrible.
All right. So Pip is there ready for the hunt.
Yep.
Delia's there ready to treat the illnesses of the Great West. Eliza is ready for her tea party. Skulks.
I'm riding side saddle like a proper lady. No.
Right. And
I was like, what does Eliza do when she sees Pip in her pants? In her trousers?
She's not. I mean, she thinks that you can do whatever you want to. She would not presume to make any comments about this.
there's a song that crops up on some of my playlists every now and then. It's Donald, where's your trousers?
Oh, hello.
Oh, what can he do?
Yeah.
Do the thing.
Everyone's got cat action.
No.
It's that infuriating bar.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Cool. And so Russ leads Sasha back into town, up the hill to out front of the White Horse. At the same time, a most excellent-looking carryall Surrey comes jingling up, and in one of the 4 seats of this luxury Surrey is
Does it have
Mr.
on the top?
Huh?
I said,
What?
does it have fringe on the top?
Hell yeah, it does. Is Mr. Everett Sterling, and a young, very dapper black man, think young LeVar Burton, is at the reins,
Right.
and
Reading.
he's got a little sway in his reins as the equally impressive beast that is pulling the Surrey seems to be jaunting up this hill carrying this wagon. And it comes to a stop in front of the White Horse as well, taking up way too much space in the road. Well done. You're that, people.
Big deal.
The young man hops down off the bench, and he goes to sort of like, oh, here you go. There you go. That's
Babies. Look at the babies. Pretty babies.
This is my favorite part of the broadcast.
Yeah, Bella's probably pouting because she was snuggled up next to me and now she's not.
yes, the screams. Yes, that's what we want.
We protest in vain.
We're just so we're blocking off traffic in San Francisco. We're just pioneering that right
That's
now.
But there is no traffic in San
the
Francisco right now.
Really double park their carts and everything.
Right. You know, this is real annoying. I don't see this ever catching on.
In San Francisco, of all places.
No one would
Never.
ever be so inconsiderate.
Right?
Never.
And so the young man who was driving hops down to sort of like help Everett, but Everett's like, Elijah, no, Elijah, you tend to. Oh, what did I name that stupid horse? Oh,
That's what the horse's name is.
That's right. That's the horse's name.
What, Penelope?
yeah. Tend to whatever the horse's name is.
Suffered enough.
The horse's name is like Forlorn Caterwall.
Almost.
It's the horse's name is Palmetto.
No. I have a specific name. I'm double checking that it all checks out.
It's Cordelia.
Right.
Yes. No, Elijah. Tend to Ulysses. I'll be fine, thank you. And he sort of plops himself down off of the surrey and strides up to Mrs. Sterling, does an effluent bow.
Does Mrs. Sterling know Elijah?
No, Elijah's a new individual, and you're not familiar with Ulysses either. Although, make me an int check. Difficulty 6.
Is this horse also a fey horse?
Right.
We're about to find out.
All horses are fey horses.
Turns out you went to boarding school with Ulysses.
Now we just need somebody else to have the horse so this horse can talk to the other horse.
That's right.
Everett has a cousin named Ulysses. You think they're young?
What?
like maybe like a teenager or baby, something like you're like, this horse has the same name as someone in his family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, the horse is like a shapeshifter.
Right.
Gangrel.
Dearest, is
Oh
your
my God, is
cousin
he a
on
gay
board?
girl?
Yeah.
So he says, "Milady, your chariot awaits," and sort of like gestures grandly at the surrey, and he looks over at Jean-Pierre and he goes, and in Creole, he rattles off to go ahead and start loading up, and then Elijah should be able to give him a hand. And Elijah pipes up, "Oui, oui,"
As they should.
in sort of a weird accent tinge to it.
Yeah.
And
Haitian? No, I'm just kidding.
no,
Haitian is all in the front.
but apparently he's got some of the French.
I was like, where are my Frenchies that aren't already taken? Okay.
He's speaking Creole, and that's a combination of French and.
Yeah, I know, but like, I was hoping we were gonna add another tick mark to yet another dialect of French.
We collect them.
Yeah. We've got 4 so far.
Oh yeah, there was Rochelle.
Yeah, so Rochelle and Pip would have the very proper French, and then although there's only 3 then, because then
And even then, Pip realized that apparently Rochelle's had some affectations that were odd.
obviously Rochelle isn't from Paris, so she's
Right.
from somewhere else. So yeah.
They speak weird in the South.
They speak weird in the South. Anyway,
Southern French accents are weird because they're so close to Italy that they sound almost Italian, but they're still speaking French, so it just sounds weird.
Totally. Cajuns are our cousins, and we don't fucking understand each other.
The same language.
I was gonna say something and now Pip is happy and takes her husband's proffered hand and is helped up. Yay. There was just silence.
Oh,
Fancy.
So
like
so we're gonna load up all the coffins and things we need to into the cart,
Well,
and
I would assume we can't just do that in where everyone can see us.
I mean, figuring out a way to do so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cart that Everett brought, has he taken that provision for us already?
Well, I mean, if
I
it's
mean,
just
this
a
is Surrey. It's
so-
not gonna. There's no cargo space on the Surrey.
Unless you
So-
can lift the seats up and get inside of them.
Yeah.
Letha's brain didn't know what a Surrey was for this
Me
like
neither.
little minute. And I'm like, I don't know, we showed up with a thing.
A Surrey is one of those carts that has a front seat, a back seat, and then usually it has a little roof on it. It's just like a buggy, kind of. Sometimes
Yes.
it has fringe on the top, like in Oklahoma.
Yes.
Which I'm not going to stop talking about because I.
Does the hotel, by any chance, have a coach house?
You can just kick people out of it.
Abe, do you inquire at the
Yes.
front desk if this is the case?
Yes.
The gentleman at the front desk replies that no, they do not in fact have one themselves, but should you be needing
Oh yeah, I guess it's true. Whatever.
should you be needing some service of that sort, they can absolutely have someone run down to a trusted proprietor for such things.
I think before taking any action, Abe would check on that with Everett, actually, since he's been around this hotel for some time, and just inquire if there's a protocol to these, or, if we usually handle this in a particular way. Nope. Yeah, Megan?
I don't know what cart you grabbed, but like Bill's cart that she was using had the things built into it for her to sleep in.
Gotcha.
I thought that that's how all of them were.
No.
No, because Pip's caravan that she was riding in, she had a specific box. It wasn't built in.
Oh.
Yeah, I think some of the other wagons. I think
Yeah, I just
Abe's
assumed
just had his
ours-
box
ours
in it
wasn't.
because like Abe's coffin is battered to shit. It's been buried multiple times. And
It's seen some things.
yeah.
No,
I've never had a coffin.
I'm gonna
so-
pick you up again.
Well, he might have grabbed your cart then. I don't know if yours was the biggest one.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that would make sense for Bill to travel that way.
Yeah, Delia sort of sees this conversation. She's like, "Do you want to just stop at the camp on the way out of town, and we can grab those wagons?"
Yes.
Might as well at this
Yeah,
point.
do that.
You'd probably be down by now.
Because
Yeah,
you brought it.
Yes.
Because you brought one, right?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a difference, so I just so the whole point was that Russ was going to go get a cart and a horse and bring it back so that we had something to travel with.
So if we just nosebleed that he grabbed the one that had the built-in storage,
Then
things.
that's totally fine. I'm not trying to micromanage all of this stuff because it's not a huge
Oh
deal.
my god.
So
No.
It always is.
I'm gonna pick you up again.
Yeah, in that case, I think Abe would basically just give directions and be like, just grab my box,
No.
grab the girls.
Yeah, because it has one on either side, so we would still need to put their boxes in it, but there's
Yeah.
already built in for.
Mine will go outside.
yeah, and obviously I don't need one. So
Liza asks to make sure that you have kept your journal in a safe place.
You know it. You know it.
So in the matter of hours after we get everything together, we should be prepped to go without too much of a fuss.
Yeah. I was gonna say Hannah would have had Theo go bring her proper carriage,
Okay,
and Theo would be coming with us.
great. Almost as if the wagon train is starting anew. Theo would have also about this time come back from camp with the wagon that Hannah and him traveled on, and has sort of parked it up behind
Alive,
behind the Surrey. And when he sees you, he goes, "We are stocked with provisions, Ms. Allen."
Thank you. So once again, I'm going to ask Everett,
Oh,
have we made preservations like this?
have we made what like this?
Like, do we have a plan for this sort of thing, or are our things going on their thing so I can coordinate with them?
He says, well, some of the places we're going to be going have, places to stay, so I figured we might stay there. And for those that don't, we can rough it a little. We have some tents and such, and Elijah here can help watch, etc.
Okay. That's all I needed.
Cool.
And you also notice as there is indeed a trunk space on the back of this wagon, on the back of the Surrey, and a small series of boxes are stacked and arrayed on the back of it. It appears as if a half a dozen trunks have been, or rather 4 trunks have been strapped to the back. And then you notice that there are various odds and ends in the benches of the Surrey itself.
Okay. I think Pip is good on bullets, since I haven't used them in a long time. So I think we're okay.
Oh, we even have now. Mm-hmm. I have lots of choppy things. I have a stabby thing.
Yeah, pistol.
I do, but it's barely used.
Everett sort of offhandedly introduces Elijah to the rest of you. He's like, "This, we'll get to know him better on the road, but this is an employee of mine, Elijah Kelly." And he sort of rattles off a few names. He's like Jean-Pierre,
Miss Allen.
yeah, Miss Hannah Allen, Mr. Theodore Sutter, who goes by Theo, Ms. Eliza this evening, Abraham.
How did I ever introduce her? I mean, I think technically she's Eliza Bradford Walker. So, Walker probably.
And he's like, and that is Bill Bellis, as well as her dear friend, Delia LaCroix, whatever I named her.
Du Maurier.
Thank you.
LaCroix. Really like that water.
Bill, does Delia taste like someone's whispering kiwi 3 rooms down?
Is her blood hint of a hint of lemon?
Right. Right. I hear in the distance
Strawberry, but with like a low
kiwi
battery.
on the wind.
Well,
The answer is no.
Okay.
This blood does in fact taste like blood. But it
And
is
so
probably-
as you all sort of refigure out how this all works, slowly but surely, the situation pushes itself down the streets of San Francisco, sauntering down the roads until it opens up into proper dirt trails once more. You can see down the trail Cookie's camp, where a couple of the other wagons are still stationed, but have become more lawn ornaments for whatever situation he's created out there.
Nice.
You get a.
I just want to touch it.
No.
I just want to touch it.
You get a hoisted pipe as you roll on by, and Elijah from the bench, he goes, "Someone we know?" And Everett sort of looks over and he's like, "Darling, do we know that strange furry man?"
I'm sorry, explain the furry man one more time.
It's Cookie.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. No, I was like, I don't think Cookie has ever met Everett.
No reason to.
Sorry, Everett, we had a
Everett's
moment.
he's got a slight princess wave going on.
Since Lisa has forgotten Cookie's last name, and she would not have addressed him as Cookie.
No, he was Mr. like Ted or something. Very,
No,
Ed.
no, yeah, it wasn't that, but
no, she was given a proper last name from him.
yeah. And I have it written down somewhere. Who knows if we'll find it?
Is it McDonald?
No, that's Russ.
No, he's McDaniels.
Oh, maybe it is McDonald.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
No.
How dare?
No. No, I don't care.
Right, there's Lou. There's Carl. There's the Wendigos.
Do Wendigos have last names?
Cookie's last name.
Is that important?
Apparently,
To
To
Mr.
me
Cookie.
it is.
Have
No,
you
it's
met
not.
Hippo?
Have you?
first name Cook, last name E.
You're right. Snickerdoodle is his last name.
Please,
That would be
Mr.
adorable.
Snickerdoodle is my father.
No.
You can call me Sugar Snap.
Any idea how much time we go through looking for people's fucking names?
Well, whose fault is that?
Yours!
Sure. Sure.
You're the one that names all these people.
Yeah, you're welcome. Trying to build a rich and vibrant world, and that means people have names. That's not my fault. You guys need to know all of them for various reasons.
Your mom.
Admittedly, this group latches on to NPCs, like their lives depend on it.
Again, I don't know if I've ever played a game where that doesn't happen.
This is like, it's like reading a novel, except all of your named characters in the book sit in the room with you and then ask you to write more about this guy.
Wow, this thing's been real christened, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Is that like a literal Cheeto stain?
No,
It looks very Cheeto-esque.
it's a little too red.
Yeah.
Oh no, now I miss Cheetos. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
Oh, well,
I know, but we'll see.
Lisa, next time you come to visit, bring hot Cheetos.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
There's Dermot and there's Helio. I don't know. I don't care.
It's- I'm gonna say it's. No, you're Mr. Murray. God damn it.
Carpet
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, it was something very.
probably in one of my older books, if you really want me to look.
So when we get there, we'll get there.
She introduces him by his proper last name because it's Pip.
Was makeup and
Because Pip does this.
Yes.
And now Cookie, who has once uttered the phrase, "That husband of hers is a lucky man," can finally see the lucky man who is her husband.
Excellent. So you
Because
roll
he's
on
had
by.
Pip blood.
Anyone who's piloting a horse, make me an animal can roll. That's manipulation plus animal can.
Jennings. Chet. Chet. Cookie. Jennings.
Jennings, Mr. Jennings.
Jennings. Shit.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, his name is Chet. We call him Cookie, and his last name is Jennings. There you go.
There we are.
Chet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Tony, does my horse being a ghoul have any effect on that?
No, because I'm not making the difficulty any higher. So yeah, the difficulty is like 6.
I got 2.
Yeah, I roll for him. He's good. Thank you.
I'm helping. You wouldn't touch any horse.
I wouldn't touch any horses.
I don't think Eliza would.
I wrote down your welcome.
I mean, it's not that I haven't ridden before,
Appreciate that.
but I only have one animal.
I'm sure you have it written down.
I'm sure you have it written down there somewhere.
Okay, let's go. Right.
Oh, you need to get a highlighter, bro.
That's what the scribbles are for.
That's right.
Check. Cookie.
Jennings.
Jennings. Mr. Jennings. Known colloquially as Cookie. Bill, you're like, oh, right, horses, okay? And Russ, Sasha wants to go. She
Yeah.
does not want this plotting, dumb ridiculousness. This is lame. We need to be running wild and free. Delia's horse decides to go the other way, and she's cursing at it in a way that does not belie her appearance as an individual of learning and skill.
I'm very scandalized.
Yes, actually, yes, you are. Meanwhile, Elijah might as well not even be driving that Surrey. The horse seems to know where it's going.
Nice.
Abe, yeah, steady hand on that rein. You're good. Eliza, how'd you do?
I don't know. I thought that. Well, he
Oh,
said
you're
that
riding along. Right, you're riding along.
She's riding with.
Cool. So yeah.
Wait, how did Bill do? I didn't hear.
That was you were like, right, horses, got it. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Oh my
I didn't hear
goodness.
the first
What
part
is
of
wrong
that.
with you?
Sorry, yes. Not amazing, but you are able to keep the horse going forward and in the direction you wish. With the 2 successes.
No.
Yeah.
That face.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just like, I don't know what her problem is right now.
Needs attention.
No, she won't. She doesn't want it. What she wants me to do is for me to open that door so she can go out to the backyard and roll in the dirt, and then come in full of little foxtails and thistles. No, not having it.
You guys are not making as good time as you would like, but you guys are headed in the direction. After a minute or two, Delia just sort of like flings her reins around one of the wagons to try and drag the horse with the wagon. That seems to help a bit. Make those checks again.
Same difficulty?
Yep.
2 again.
Up 3 again.
I'll PowerPoint on that one just so you can get 1. Force this horse, but I want it to. You are not listening.
Abe, good 3. Yeah, you remember how this works. Yeah, great. Bill,
Spent more
same old,
time.
same old. You and whatever horse this is are like, we are gonna go for a while. It's nice. Russ looks like he's drunk.
Sasha's upset. Sasha's very upset. This is the first time she's been out on a ride in a while, and she's hitched to a cart.
Yeah, it's you drunken mule you situation. Delia similarly looks like she's DUI, but is at least managing to go in the proper direction. And Theo acquits himself quite well. And once again, Elijah is doing he's like ghost riding the Surrey. It's great.
The whip.
Yep, that's right. Well, when in the bay.
It's true. Yay, area.
That's right. He's gonna get a hyphy.
Oh no.
It's gonna be great.
Everett, why would you bring this person? I don't understand this hyphiness.
This is a historical moment. The first
First use of hyphy.
the first brother to ghost ride the whip in the bay. Anyway, so you guys managed to make it to the outskirts of what will one day be modern day Burlingame. Everyone, go ahead and make me an int or perception, just straight int or perception, difficulty 7.
Nope.
I use a pencil.
Yes. 1.
Bill is going to
What was-
spend the ghost power. It's not
7 difficulty 2.
Difficulty
Straight
what?
Or straight perception, Lisa.
All right, cool.
No
Yeah,
way.
all was one we needed because it was a smaller roll. Most of you recall that on the map, this area was referred to as Howard's Orchard.
Oh, it makes sense that Bill wouldn't know because she never looked at the map
Oh yeah.
because she was not part of the whole conversation.
Who's Howard?
Let me see here. Howard was a person.
I mean, that tracks. Usually, people are people. So how could it be?
So you said it's currently called Howard's Orchard, or was it
It
once?
is currently called Howard's Orchard. At that time,
Right.
In character.
In character, okay.
Hold on. There was info for this. There was a thing for this. Hold on.
How I feel about that.
Nice. Thanks. Love you too.
Good crunch.
Do we need any clock?
Yeah, probably. We'll see. All right. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, Howard is a person. Go ahead and make an int plus etiquette or int plus academics or int plus finance.
What was the second one you said?
Academics.
Oh, academics.
Yeah.
Academics or finance?
Etiquette, finance, or what?
Or academics.
Or academics.
Etiquette is a part of this?
Or finance?
About
Difficulty 7.
Oh, whatever.
Does high society count?
Yes.
Just knowledge count.
2,
No.
4.
I got
Difficulty
3.
That's not gonna be
This guy.
1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. 2.
Including, oh no, quick knowledge didn't count.
You said promotion.
Okay. So 2s didn't get it. You're like some dude named Howard. Okay. With a 3, Bill, you're like, that sounds like the name of a mark. Pip?
Yeah.
Well, yes. Your husband Everett mentioned a William Davis Mary Howard, who was a merchant based out of the city. Howard has planted many eucalyptus trees around here. Oh, look, there's a few now.
Oh, it's that bastard's fault.
Yep.
One day they're going to explode and we'll be very sad.
William Davis Mary Howard.
So much name.
Yeah, you can't blame me for this one, though.
True
That's
facts.
True facts. This is an educational stream.
So this dude is the one that planted all the eucalyptus trees?
Yep.
Where do the eucalyptus trees come from?
That I don't know. It doesn't say.
I mean, aren't they qualified?
Yeah, imagine.
So they have these like fruit. No, that's ginkgo. Sorry. The eucalyptus is vine. So ginkgo trees have this like nut berry thing that, you know, they grow and then they fall and then they smell like death. Like it literally smells like a durian rotting body
Oh, God.
Oh, hey, Bill.
hanging out.
Yeah.
You might have actually heard. You might have actually heard of this guy from back home. He's a masshole.
A what?
A masshole.
Massachusetts.
Like
I mean, well, so it depends though, because Bill left Massachusetts a while ago. So she was living in New York up until recently. Because the economy stagnated in Boston after the revolution, so she fucked off.
Right. Well, yeah. Cool. So there's so this is Howard's Ranch or Howard's Orchard. Oh boy. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, wait. Right. Okay, cool.
Did we die?
We'll see. Yes. Did you have the jar?
Yes.
Are you going to pass it off to someone then? Because this is where the jar happens.
Hannah passes the jar to Theo. Theo passes the jar to help me out here, please. Just the person.
All right, just go. So you guys make it into the orchard, and Hannah starts looking around for a good place to deposit the jar that was that she accepted, and she sort of like asks the crew. She's like, "So would we imagine anywhere is as good as anywhere?"
Well, it had a specific place it needed to be.
It had to be high up.
To my notes, it has to be placed in a commanding position on top of a tree, on a hill, somewhere with a view.
If only Frankie were here to climb a tree for us.
And placed with intention. Yeah, Eliza's not climbing any trees.
Yeah. So this needs to be placed in a tree.
Well, it has to be placed up high. It didn't
Up
say
high.
specifically. That
Up
it-
high with a commanding view.
What does
Yes.
what does the landscape look like here? What are we? So we're in an orchard, but
This is Inner Bay Peninsula. There's a bit of flat land where you guys have traveled through that slopes down to the Inner Bay, and then if you guys hike west just a little bit, it starts to incline up pretty good as you hit the coastal range.
so let's see. Is there a particular hillside or something like that that like juts up above everything else that we can see here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking like
Make a
where we are.
perception plus survival check.
Okay.
D6.
I will assist with that.
Your problem. What are you doing?
6 dice. Survival, perception of 7 dice. What is the difficulty again?
6.
What you got now?
You have 3.
Okay. Consistent 3s going on here.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Yeah. You guys. Yeah. The two most rustic individuals just sort of like slowly lean as they consider the hillside and nod in unison. As there is a bit of a prominent hillock before it gets into the proper mountains, that there is a small copse of redwoods actually that are not part of this sort of eucalyptus situation that seems to extend a little farther south.
Do we know if it would be better for it to be placed on the ground or up in one of the trees, or does it matter?
You would imagine that the trees would have more of a elevated position for a view. And from what you recall, having it in a tree did not endanger it any more than having it on the ground.
Okay. So, Russ, I assume that in my animal forms, my potence still works.
Your what still works?
So I assume that in animal form, my potence ability, my potence thing still works, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Russ is looks over at Abe. So you think one of them trees over there will probably do the trick?
That seems like a good spot as any.
All right. Who's got that jar we got to put up there?
Miss Allen or Theo.
Theo's in possession of it right now.
Okay. Go ahead and set it on the ground there, and looks. I don't think any of y'all see me do this yet, but we're friends. And he turns into a creep.
And if anyone fact checks me on this, technically Howard doesn't do this for another year or two, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
He was a city council member previously, so there we go.
I forgot how many blood points I have to actually spend on this ability.
For potence, I believe you spend 1, and then that
Potence should just happen automatically. It's the Protean was the thing I was thinking about P. So
yeah, potence and fortitude just supplement your stats.
What did you turn into?
Nothing yet.
Actually, a raven, but still.
Oh, birdie bird.
I said the first time. Earth meld, shape of the beast, 1 blood point to someone is there. Yep. Yeah. Instead of a wolf and a bat, I can turn into a bear and a raven. Because Norse AF.
Yeah.
So I will spend a blood point, and I'm going to turn into a raven.
Woo.
And caw a whole bunch as I'll pick up the jar with my talons, my claws.
that's new.
Since I have potence, I should have more than enough strength to carry that jar.
Can you not sell my character sheet, Kat?
Yes.
And I'll fly on up to the top of one of those redwoods.
I would like for you to make a Dex plus Brawl.
Dex plus brawl.
Difficulty 8.
Yeah.
Bird fight.
Difficulty 8, you said?
Shit.
Yes, you are attempting to manipulate your beak and/or talons to grasp this jar. The ability to hold it is not in question. The ability to keep hold it is.
Oh shit! That Jay just pulled a knife.
Okay. Well, I got a total of 1 success on that thing with a difficulty 8.
All right. one success is enough, but it's precarious and makes everyone very nervous, including yourself.
I can't look.
Abe is under the tree with his pipe in his mouth and both arms extended like this.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's definitely gonna fall.
So you get up to the tree, and you find a nice crotch to settle into,
You find a nice crotch. That's what she said.
and you set the jar down, and then make me a willpower roll. So just your willpower score. Difficulty 6.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Yeah.
With a solemnity of a creature that knows way more than you give it credit for, this raven places the jar. And as you sort of hop back to make sure it's properly asserted, it disappears. You can no longer find it.
Wow.
It's magic.
He flies back down and perches on one of the carts and just kind of caws and sits there for a minute because he's kind of enjoying being a bird at the moment.
Oh, I thought you'd forgotten you were a bird and just started talking at us, but you're just like, oh, go.
He flies back, turns back into Rub, perching up there. Caw, y'all, caw.
Stop yelling at me.
All right, so whoever wants, make another int plus survival check. Difficulty 6. Or if you want to just make a straight humanity roll, difficulty 7.
I got 6.
Nice.
2.
5.
All right, this makes sense. Okay,
Mate kudasai.
that's not a number.
Yeah.
Pip got a 4 on humanity.
Cool. All of you know that you can definitely make it to Rancho Posolmi today or tonight, but you'll not likely have enough time to place the item before the sun rises.
Well, that actually makes better sense because if we get there, then we can place the item first thing in the evening tomorrow night and then move on to the next place as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So does the party want to? Oh, so
I think we want to travel to the next place and then rest.
Yeah. Then call it a night there. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Make those manipulation plus animal kin checks once more to continue along your way.
I assume Elijah is handling this.
Yes, I've been rolling for Elijah.
Thank you.
What's the difficulty?
7.
Jeez.
7?
Right, still.
This die have broken or something. I keep rolling
2
1.
again.
I keep getting 1.
Yeah, I got 4.
Bill, you and that horse have a very solid working relationship by this point.
I've decided that his name is Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well done.
I got 1 again, which is impressive considering a crow or a raven is now driving the horse.
It's just the little talon with the reins.
No,
You have turned back. It's great.
he turned back. He turned back into himself.
1 talon.
Well, Sasha's still unhappy about having a cart strapped to her.
All right, cool. Then you guys managed to mosey down the peninsula a bit farther. Go ahead, and whoever likes can make an int plus law, int plus occult. If you have int plus academics, or if anyone has dots in religion, that also applies.
You can have docs and religion.
I don't have academic or religion as things on my sheet. So.
I replaced politics with theology for the religion, basically. So.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
7.
Hmm.
Jill knows nothing. She got 0.
4 for occult.
Much book learning.
I got 1 for occult too.
I got nothing.
0.
Bill and I you're like, what?
Yep. I'm fighting with the horse.
Yeah,
As a bird.
Yeah.
sure. Abe,
Oh, I have a conversation with the horse. That's
you recall that Rancho Posolmi is also known as Ranch Inigo, and that does not sound Spanish or American or German. Or sorry, Inigo with the tilde over the N. Like it kind of sounds Spanish, but not quite. Pip.
Yes.
You pick up that Inigo is actually the name of Lupe Inigo, who is an Ohlone Indian who was granted this land by
His father? I'm sorry.
he was appointed as an alcalde by the Santa Clara Mission, and so is in charge of that land.
I just love that I know all this American history, being from England.
Well, you've been picking up the gossip.
tracks.
Yeah, I know.
English people tend to know more about our history than we do.
That's
So-
quite true, actually. So yeah,
Most people know more about our history than we do.
that's sad.
That's why we like it here in America.
Right.
We don't want to know your shit. We sure as hell don't want to know our shit either.
You don't have to learn crap. What's with learning?
You know,
History's
it blew my
fuckers.
mind when I found out that like schools in Texas don't, like high schools don't teach Shakespeare in
Wow.
classes. Like if you want to read books that aren't written by Americans, Texas is not a place to be. Like they don't teach it. You have to take it as like an elective in college. You can't just like know
So like
about
like
other people's stuff.
tragedies or
No.
anything like that.
No.
It's because the
So
real
weird.
world history started in 1776, fuckers.
Years ago when Adam and Eve.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, oh no, we didn't do any. We didn't. I don't think we did any Shakespeare my sophomore year, but we did it freshman year and senior year.
Yeah. I think every English class I took in high school did a Shakespeare section.
Well, I know for a fact that we didn't do it my junior year because my junior year was specifically American literature, so you kind of can't do Shakespeare then. But I can't remember. I don't think we did one my sophomore year either, but I know we did stupid fucking Romeo and Juliet my freshman year.
Yeah, us too.
Me too.
And then we did Macbeth and Hamlet my senior year.
It must be a fairly common thing because I also did Romeo and Juliet in my freshman year.
Yeah. I think my sophomore year we did Taming
I mean,
of the
that's the
Shrew.
target audience really is high school freshmen because once you get older than that, you're like, wait, this shit is stupid.
Yeah, like don't do this shit, kids.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, hey, maybe if you're 14, don't get so horny that you kill yourself. Like,
Just saying.
learned.
That is the
Just
best
saying.
fucking cliff notes of Romeo and Juliet.
You just got so horny that they killed themselves.
Oh my
Tell the
goodness.
story.
Kid, you're 14. Don't kill yourself over your boner, all right?
Or at least you're gonna do it. Like check with your partner first. Make sure they aren't actually.
Make sure they're actually dead.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure your friends have fast horses.
God.
I think that's my favorite the one thing that I will say about the like Romeo plus Juliet movie from like 1995 with Leonardo DiCaprio. The one thing I will say about that movie that I love is that he like drinks the poison, he's dying, and then she wakes up and he sees her wake up and he's like, fuck no, I fucked up. And he dies.
Right.
And like, see, you could have waited like a couple minutes and everything would have been fine, but it's too late now.
That's real tragedy. Because you see you fucked up.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Did like that they added that in there. Of
Right.
him being, oh shit, she's alive actually. Well, I already did it.
Like,
I'm fairly
all
sure.
right, so we make it to the next spot.
Yes.
Go ahead and make me some perception plus alertness rolls.
Oh.
Perception.
You appear to be traveling through farm and ranch land.
Difficulty
6.
3.
Come on, baby. Oh, I got 1.
2.
Probably not.
I got 2.
3.
3.
Again.
Yep.
It's just
All right. With the 1, you're like, yeah, there sure are ranches and farms out here. There's actually one little ways away there.
Look at all
With
that.
the 2,
Real ranty.
Eliza, something seems familiar about this place, and then no, that's too cryptic. Eliza, you notice there's like little signs out in front of some of the ranch like trails that lead up into off of the main road.
okay. I mean, can I read them?
You do, but none of them really strike you as interesting.
Okay, so they're just names. I don't know heavy context.
With
Right.
3 and 4, yeah. So we're time traveling just a little bit here, but I don't care.
It's not like we haven't done it before.
Pip and Abe notice one sign in Spanish that says Rancho Pastoria de las Borregas. And you're like, well, that tracks because we're out in, ex-Mexico as of last year.
Yeah.
And then another one a little ways down from there that says that's called Bayview. And something about that particular sign sparks an interest in you.
How many did you get?
3.
Pip is going to call Everett's attention to it and say, darling, what is that?
Under his breath, he goes, that's a sign, dude. Oh,
Really now?
She takes her fan and
swat.
Still here near the cart.
whacks him.
No, probably not. He would not. Yeah, it would have been low enough just for the two of them.
Yeah.
Bill would have laughed.
She might have actually appreciated it for once.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. She gives
You would have
him
gotten
a-
points if you were just an asshole in front of me. And after a couple good swats, he goes, darling, that's just a ranch. I think. What,
It's the only
hold on.
one. Oh, thank God I found it. Just trying to find my other fuzzy sock. I have on my feet. Darling, that's Bayview?
I mean, you can read it as well. That it says Bayview.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like,
He goes,
he's been here longer.
yeah. He goes. Right. That That was Martin Murphy Jr. of the Murphy Townsend Stevens party. I believe his son came. One of his sons came into town shortly before y'all did, with your box of letters. They have their own claim staked out somewhere in the mountains.
Oh. Those were the guys that delivered my box of letters. So they're the ones that the redheads.
They're the creepy guys from.
Yeah, the ones that got married, and I was gonna do a thing, but then I'm like, those guys are hunters, and so we left like right away.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
I believe their names were John and Daniel. I think it was it John? Yes, John married that native girl.
Yes, he did. Oh dear. All right.
Quite a delightful couple.
I'm sure, but I'm also pretty sure that they're hunters, darling.
What? I declare.
I do say.
At the back of the train, we just hear the what?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Pip goes over her encounters with them and why they left town so early. Should I explain that because it wasn't on? Like we didn't record it?
I mean, yes.
Well,
He's like, well, if they're hunters, they're not very good ones because I've met Mr. Junior and he did not seem particularly tenacious or didn't pick up on my nature at all.
Well, that's good to hear. They were definitely aware of us in what town were we in?
That was too long ago.
It would have been Murphy's Diggins at that point because the brothers were the ones that found the gold there at the river.
Yeah. So it was a town of men, just all men.
You get a chuckle at that because most of them are of all men.
Yes. And we were setting up and we were in camp and they were becoming more and more increasing of us and our party, and took a moment to question Theo, if I'm not mistaken, on whether or not he was there by duress. Which of course he's not. Silly. But we became more increasingly aware that they were more increasingly aware of us, and I didn't want to look yet another true believer in the face. So we just decided it would be smarter to leave with haste. Also, Bill insisted that she was the best friend of the newly wedded wife, so we also had to leave quickly.
I forgot about that. I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't remember why.
I'd forgotten that happened.
Because you tried to tell a lie and then they caught you in it, so you were just like, no, I'm just going to lie more.
Doubling down. Tripling down.
That's right.
Quadrupling down.
But I don't remember why I was lying to them in the first place.
Bill's
Because
from
I had to
New
lie
York.
to everybody.
At this point.
Well, no. Bill is generally not a liar. She's a gambler, not a liar. There's a
Yeah.
difference.
Bill's from New York, so she
You
channeled
wanted to
George
sound like-
Costanza for a second, and just was like, I'm gonna double down on this shit.
Well, you wanted to sound like you knew what they were talking about, and they were like, how would you know that? It's because of this. And you're like, oh, well, she's my friend. And they're like, she's your friend? Yeah, my best friend. And yeah.
I don't remember why, but now I remember that happening. I had forgotten.
Yeah. So it was just in all of our best interests that we leave, because they were coming very close. And to be honest, darling, I mean, if I didn't know that you were one of us, or that you had embraced me, I would think you were just the perfect gentleman.
Oh, well, now I feel bad about the sign comment. All right. Well, okay.
Flutters her eyelashes.
Victory.
Yes, basically.
It's like, well, if their ineptitude carries over, hopefully it will not be a problem, as I think we may have encounters with them when we reach town. They do come in and out quite a bit. Oh, and to correct myself, Martin Murphy Jr. is also a brother to John and
Daniel.
Daniel, thank you. Yes. So all three of them are brothers.
Yes, 2 of them are redheads.
Yeah, which may or may not be historically accurate. I don't know. Anyway, and almost on cue, you guys see the dim lights of a settlement in the distance on the road.
Okay.
Right.
I
I guess we're
mean,
just gonna.
Wait, what's happening? Sorry, I got distracted.
I guess we're just gonna approach it.
I
do we
mean,
have to?
Are we staying in town?
we need to stay the night somewhere. So we either stay the night in town with the weirdos, or we rough it.
I mean, I think
And Bill's like, isn't that why we brought the wagon? It's pretty comfortable.
Russ is like, yeah, I was fairly certain that the reason we went through all this trouble to take all this stuff was to make sure that we could, that we had a place to quote, rough it.
Yes.
Probably safe, but
Well, I'm going wherever you go, Father.
for sure. But we'll.
All right. Well, if the consensus is to rough it for the evening, then I suppose we better find somewhere to rough.
Where shall we rough?
Everett sort of nods in agreement, and he goes,
I was like, he nods in Creole.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
not
Subtitle.
What time of night is it?
what was that?
What time of night is it, roughly?
It is early morning. There's only a couple hours till you will get super nervous that dawn will happen any moment.
Okay, so I guess we could find a decent clearing somewhere off the side of the path that we're on, and off the side of the road that we're on, and try to circle up half circle up the couple wagons that we have.
That's right. Get some good clearing with some tree cover near the side. Helps provide some additional shade.
Yeah, Everett gives mentions to Elijah that a proper place for the roughing should be found. Of course, in agreement with everyone else's tastes, and you guys sort of like, well, there's good. Well, how about there? Well, let's see if there's somewhere else. And it's like trying to find a good spot to stop on a highway where everyone's like, let's make it to the next one. No, we'll go to the next one.
Yeah, I don't know, but this is 16 miles before next gas station.
Yeah, but we want food, not gas. So yeah. And then everyone agrees that it'll just be Taco Bell again, and you pull off.
Right? You reach that point where everybody gets hungry enough where you're like, all right.
It's like we had Taco Bell when we started. It's like, yeah, but like I go for another chalupa. All right, yeah, let's get it. All right.
This is agreeable.
So you guys find almost a park-like clearing amidst some poplars, and Jean-Pierre and Elijah set up a sort of like a scout tent. It's like 4-walled and staked out, and you notice that the 4 chests that were stacked on the back of the surrey go into the tent. as well as some various odds and ends that come out of some of the benches. And yeah, Pip, he's got matching his and hers two-part, basically, coffins.
This makes me so happy.
That sit upon basically low sawhorses.
I mean, essentially, like, obviously Pip is pleased, but, like, Lisa is so particularly happy about this. Like, love it.
And yeah, it's like, it's got a weird sort of, like, yeah, a weird sort of country hunting vibe. And yeah, it's very homey. Yeah, Delia looks over at you, Bill, and she's like, so which box you gonna go into?
I mean, the one I usually sleep in. It's that cot. The same one.
Right. All right. You
Oh, God.
all right, well, I'll see you when you get up then.
Okay.
Wow.
She pecks you on the cheek and says goodnight.
So very awkward.
Bill goes, and then just goes in the car.
Man.
You, Bill, make me a perception plus alertness, difficulty 7. One. You hear a slight like thump or rocking in the cart as you're getting settled in, but it might just be Delia getting in and out or whatever.
Interesting.
Is it werewolves? If no, is it fae? If no, is it hunters? Is it true believers? Shit.
Everybody else is still up, so we would have seen anything going into her cart.
Yeah.
That we know of.
I mean, yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Abe and Eliza, I'm guessing, also crawl into their boxes.
Mhm.
Yeah, Abe has his, but Abe will go through his ritual they used to do when he was working for the Hudson Bay Company.
Nice.
Finds a vantage point, drags his pine box and finds a vantage point and like slides it in and covers it in moss and leaves and dirt and shit. And
So I'm like totally hovering around going, you're going to stay out here? But then I should stay out here. You're here.
you stay with the others. I'm gonna be here so I can watch. And you see that his pine box has a latch in it, so he pops the side since the top is buried, so he can slide in with the rifle.
That's so good.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Sniper. He's got a sniper problem.
Okay.
Yeah, now you hear that. Yeah, I'll be fine.
she like goes back to the others, but keeps looking back, seeing if she can remember where that is. It's just so well.
Seeing her confusion, Russ walks over and pats her on the head a couple of times. Says, "Don't worry, darling. You know they'll be okay."
Okay.
Pat, pat. Paw
You get
number
yourself-
2
With
takes
with the other dad, because she kind of needs like a male figure to stand near.
You go ahead and get yourself tucked in, and I'll sleep under your box.
Okay, thank you. That makes me feel a little better.
Sleep under the cart.
I mean, you'll be sleeping next to Bill, so it's almost like having a male figure to.
That's right.
Yeah, Eliza, as you crawl into the wagon where Bill's box is, you see that Delia's kind of laying next to on Bill's box, and she goes, "Oh, hey, kid."
Doesn't ask any questions. Just scurries in.
as you sort of climb in for the night, she's like, "Sweet dreams."
Good night.
Poor kid.
Raven Russ planted the jar,
I'm back.
and then they have made their way down. They have made their way down to Sunnyvale, Cupertino.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they've got some friends around. Y'all got some friends out here.
What kind of friends?
What kind of friends?
Bad friend.
Yeah, not the kind you like. Hannah,
Bad touch friends.
Hannah especially would not be keen.
Bad touch friend.
Yes.
The Murphy here.
The Murphy brothers.
Oh,
that
that's
we
right.
decided were hunters.
I do remember when we met them in San Francisco, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go off." So that's
We met them in Tahoe.
No,
What?
yeah. We met them before we got. Yeah. It was in that last town that we stopped in with all the guys, and Pip was gonna mail her big trunk full of letters, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going down there ourselves." So
Yeah.
You were
yeah, but it wasn't.
Mr. and newly Mrs. Murphy
Yeah.
and their mules
Okay.
Yeah.
down the hill to the city.
Okay. Can we kill them yet?
Oh,
You
I just lost sound.
guys just
Certainly,
passed.
if they attack us.
Can
Okay.
you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, what did you say?
Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I hear nothing. I'm completely dead silent.
Oh no.
Give me
Oh,
a
no.
minute.
But
Oh wow, that's a whole lot of something going on over
I
there.
feel like everybody's just like, rutabaga, kumquat, chartreuse.
Just wild gestures.
It's
lots of pointing.
Juice.
Sounds like can. Yeah, you can hear me. I cannot hear you or anyone. Yay, charades.
Yay.
Very unfortunate. Oh, you can hear us now?
I'm gonna attempt to figure out
No.
Oh,
why.
no, she still can't.
Well, then she'll be very disappointed when she comes back.
Did you take out your ear pod? Take out your. You, Lisa.
Look at the camera.
Okay, I'm not. I
Lisa.
see JC's hands moving, but I'm not
Ear
watching you anymore. So
Oh.
Take out ear pods. Right?
Text her?
this is
Take it out.
fucking miming school now.
The first word sounds like
I feel like we have a party game here, like
Right? Get it.
the workings of one.
Just gonna put some flair into
What
it.
the hell?
oh, because I didn't turn it on.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't plug it in.
We have a battery is running low on one of our computer setups. And Tony needs to fix it before we lose the stream.
Well, we won't lose the stream. We'll lose,
I disconnected my AirPod and reconnected it. Now I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Hey.
I was like,
back. Yeah, I know. I
take
wasn't.
it out. Get rid of it.
I was just
But
saying
if
a bunch
I-
of weird fruit names and
If I
color
have
names.
it out and it's playing from my speakers because I'm using my Yeti microphone, it'll echo. So I try to keep the sound in my head so it doesn't double play.
Feedback. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I understand.
okay.
and
I didn't realize you did the Yeti.
Well, yeah, better.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that makes sense.
Anyway,
I can't see it, so I don't know.
well, that's because she's done it well.
Yes.
She's done good. She's done good.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's a thick,
Mm.
damn boy.
No,
But it's a thick ass boy.
it's not that thick.
Damn.
it's the width of a Coke can. That's pretty fucking thick.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what you.
It's
what
also
you prefer,
longer
I
than my
suppose.
hand.
We know,
So-
Megan. We know. I said, we know, Megan. We know.
What?
We know.
I love
You
that.
told us a story about something that was that thick once.
Okay. Then I won't know.
What's the
I
name
will
of
not,
the
I shouldn't repeat what I am imagining this is about. So I'm
yeah,
just gonna
leave
leave it. That's
Isn't
the
the name-
game.
I realized I didn't. I mean, it doesn't.
Isn't
surprise
the
me.
name of the Starkist dolphin Joe or something?
Oh my gosh.
Because it's like a can of tuna. It's
What's
just
happening?
really, but anyway. Okay. Cool.
Glad we didn't miss much.
Yeah, you guys are camping for the night between modern day Sunnyvale and Cupertino.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are just outside of.
So we put the jar up.
Yes, the jar is up
Jar is up. Cool. Thank
without a vent.
you. Sweet.
Um,
Glad we survived.
Yep, for that.
Russ turned into a crow.
Yeah, Russ was a raven though for
Yeah.
Yeah. Russ
Jaren
was
is
a
taking
raven.
my place as a shapeshifter. For
Nice.
this game.
Russ was a raven riding a horse for part of the strip.
For a good minute.
That's pretty cool.
It was. And yeah, so you guys passed a small ranch called Bayview, which Mr. Everett Sterling identified as the land of a Mr. Martin Murphy Jr., who was brother to the other two Murphys.
Now, Mr. Everett was my great-great-granddaddy.
That's right. And you are now within spitting distance of Rancho Posolmi, which will be modern-day Cupertino in the future.
How many places we have to go to? 5? 6. We've done 2?
No, just one.
Just one.
But you are staged for 2 the next night.
We're staged for 2. Got it.
Staged for the second one the next night.
Okay.
So you all bed down for the day. And cool. The screams continue. You awaken once more. The metaphysical screams, the emotional screams.
Oh.
And you drop the blood point, up the willpower point, and you resume your
Dice.
He did. They rolled the
terror, your reign of terror
gave me something else.
across the lands.
Yes, we're so terrifying.
Our surprisingly wholesome reign of terror.
That's right.
Where we just become real good friends with each other, and then
Friendship was the real journey the whole time.
That's right.
vampire friendship is blood magic.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Mrs. Sterling, you notice that Mr. Sterling is an early riser as of late. You wake up to just Jean-Pierre, ready to help you with your toilet. He gonna help you with your toilet,
Turlet.
The turlet.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jesus, look at the turlet in this room. That's so cute.
This toilet broken. It shoots the water back up you.
Fresh anal for everyone. Have I explained that?
is there a
there's
bidet?
it's a bidet, but it's a 90-day fiance the other way, and the American lady goes to stay with her. I think Korean, it's Korean husband, and he's talking about a bidet, but he keeps saying fresh anal. It's healthy, fresh anal for everyone. So fresh anal, guys. It's healthy for you. It's good for everyone.
Well then,
Yeah, I think
It's,
Ralph.
I was like, someone better call Ralph.
I think
Even
Ralph
more-
was passing
That's what
pamphlets that said that a little bit
That's
ago.
what he
Probably
invents for the world, everyone, is he invents the bidet.
Who does?
Raldath.
Ralph does.
Ah,
That's the butt stuff. You gotta keep it clean.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It really does. It checks out. So,
Um,
like, I'm gonna probably wake up real confused. Cool.
Oh, who do we have tonight, Sally?
What else is new?
Stella. So I mean, I basically climb out and I'm like, where the heck is this? Who are you? Why am I here? And then I climb on top of the cart because, you know.
Because I gotta
Where
be
were
there.
you yesterday when we had to put shit up high?
Yeah, I know.
Russ bursts forth from the ground like a zombie.
And then shakes the bird off like a dog. Just
I'm like, if Pip's there, she's like, well, that's jarring.
Unusual.
Still groggy first thing in the morning. Oh.
Bill.
Wait, are you underneath the cart?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cart shakes and Bill goes, the fuck? And she tries to sit up and she just smacks her head on the She's like,
Bill, you
"What?"
hear you hear two yelps. One after the first knock and two after your head hits.
Oh, hello.
Those zany fucking vampires.
Oh, howdy.
I'm dressed extra sparkly and on top of a cart.
Oh, Bella.
You know the signs.
Your dad's up in the hills there. He'll come down here in a minute, I'm sure, once he wakes up.
Yeah, from under the tree, the side of the box pops open, and then you see the barrel of the rifle snaking through, and then you sort of squeeze out of the box.
He was like a snake.
Solid snake.
I imagine that the coffin has one of those like slidey peepholes.
Pretty much, it has
Like
a
what the
handle.
password and then slam.
There's a very crude
Yeah, like they have
metal
at the
handle
Lodge.
inside, and
Yeah.
You got to do the secret knock with the password, though. They won't let you in.
that's right.
Mhm.
Also, you can get the gun out
Mhm.
through the peephole.
So, Mrs. Sterling, as you get yourself together and out of the tent, you see Mr. Sterling tending to Ulysses, and he appears to be feeding him oats. And Elijah is packing up various parts. And once they both notice you've come out, Mr. Sterling, he goes, my dear, are you ready to continue our trip this evening?
I am, but I do have a question, darling.
Of course, whatever you wish.
Where have you procured this steed?
He gives out that hearty baritone laugh. He goes, this sturdy beast here was an acquisition from down south in Los Angeles, and I took a liking to it and have entrusted it with some of my abilities as our valet and your companion.
I see. All right. Did he come with the name?
No, I named him such.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, after my cousin in Ohio.
Yes, I recall your young cousin.
This is not actually the cousin. That would be weird.
Strapping lad.
That's what I had assumed.
Just knowing his parents, I imagine the boy's going to be quite successful. I hear he's at academy currently.
I see. Is this Ulysses Grant?
Yes,
Yes, I thought so.
they are the Grant family. Yes,
Yeah.
What's the horse's name?
Ulysses.
Oh, the horse's name is Ulysses. Okay.
Yes, but it's named after
that
his
horse
cousin,
was
who is
president one
Ulysses
day.
S. Grant.
Yeah.
Right.
I predict he will be very successful.
Bill,
Yeah.
your
We do hope.
box creaks shortly after the second yelp. Delia's eyeballs peer in. And you hear, you okay, Bill?
I'll be better once I'm out of this box.
The roof, the lid flings open, and she like grabs you and she's like, I got somewhere you can be. Come here.
Bill's like, not. He's like, Delia, once again, we have discussed this. I appreciate your enthusiasm and I revel in your company, but we gotta calm this shit down a bit.
There is a peal of giggling from that wagon as Delia accuses you of being like one of those fresh boys that they have to break in on occasion.
I mean, I totally hang down from the roof of the wagon and peek in. And I'm like, what's so funny?
She starts laughing louder at the voyeur.
Yep. I'm just your ceiling vampire, you know.
Pip asks Jean-Pierre for her notebook and a stylus so she can jot down the newest as they merrily giggled in their truck.
Oh, Bill's not giggling.
Well,
Creative embellishment.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is our fanfic here. Like,
I've been hired to write a salacious fanfic. I will write a salacious fanfic.
that is what she's getting paid for.
that's what's up.
Right?
Bill is doing her best to like bring down the salacity.
Yeah, that's not going to happen in this fanfic.
It's real hard to keep that at a minimum.
Nope.
Bill,
That's nice. Good try.
in Delia's laughter, she sort of just lays there and she's like, do what you will, Bill.
Bill,
Ooh,
Bill
do you
just-
come alone?
yeah, Bill just stops and is like, "You're not funny." And she turns around and walks out of the car.
Aw.
Can you
Nothing to see anymore. I stand up again.
poke the Rhea for me?
Delia's giving.
Yeah, no, Delia's being a jerk.
Megan,
Yeah.
Megan, can you poke the Rhea for me? Like, just go boop boop.
Oh.
Yes. 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 Boop it snoots. Boop the snoots.
so yeah, Stella, you hear I'll tell you when you're older from inside the cart as Delia sort of hustles her, just sort of like one-handed pommel horse hops out of the cart.
Yeah, well, I know the birds and the bees. I've never heard about the girl birds, the girl bees.
The birds.
The-
birds.
Yeah, I was like the birds and the birds.
Like, how do you do it?
She sort of laughs and she goes, "Oh, honey, if you actually need to know, let me know. We can. Yeah, I don't think your dads are quite ready for that one."
If Russ is anywhere close by, as soon as she's like, "Well, how do you do it?" He's like, "Well, time to go."
Well, I don't want to be here.
See what I can do.
Like, I imagine Russ turns around.
Right.
Russ turns around with his hands on his hips and he just like burrows straight up on the ground.
Yeah, I was like, he just goes right back down.
Right back down.
I imagine
I
Russ
obviously came at a wrong
and
time.
Abe are coming towards the cart, and as soon as that happens, both of them just elevator into the earth.
Yep.
Where are they all going? Fortunately, I don't like low places.
Yeah, no, your other dad is crawling out of under that tree like some kind of moss man.
So in between fetching you your notepad, Jean-Pierre and Elijah are breaking down the tent and repacking the crates. And yeah, you guys are packing up again for the night. You should be into the rancho within an hour or so.
Wonderful.
As you guys head in, go ahead and make me those checks once more. The animal ken plus manipulation.
I believe in you, Theo.
Yeah.
I don't actually say that.
Theo believes in himself.
Yeah, I don't actually say that to Theo. That would be silly. I would never say it to him.
So what's the
I think difficult.
Elijah looks like he actually has to cry for once.
Well, I'm spinning.
Bill is too flustered and Bill botched.
Oh,
Oh.
You accidentally rein the horse into Delia, who can't stop laughing, so also circles. Russ, come on, buddy.
Having some issues.
What?
Oh no, never mind. Okay, he was talking about my rolls.
No, he's talking about
Yeah, no, I don't know. I have four dots,
Animal
2
10.
and 2 manipulation. I basically like bought a horse that was a ghoul, so that I didn't have to make
Oh,
these
you
checks
did
for her. But
Here we are.
yeah, so I'm
Here
still
we
getting
are.
one. She's being really,
Yeah, you're like, this is what's up. Like you pull ahead, and you're like, I shouldn't be pulling ahead. What is this? So it takes you a little longer than the hour or so to get into the rancho proper, and the road sort of snakes towards this compound that is this pseudo town
yeah, I didn't think so.
that is the center of Rancho Posolomi. And I don't know if you guys want to go directly into this sort of compound square or if you wish to skirt it, but this is sort of the area where you're supposed to be planting the next item.
Is in their compound?
Somewhere here.
I
Who
mean, I
has-
feel like since we need to bury it, it's probably best to avoid the like center square of.
Mm-hmm.
If this one's yours and buried, has to be somewhere out of sight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we should avoid scrutiny for this one.
So there is a small trail that bypasses the main road that weaves into the Rancho compound. You guys could reasonably continue down that trail, but it's a bit more rough. If in theory you are skipping the Rancho entirely as a normal group of travelers.
Okay.
I mean, sounds about right to me.
Yeah. Well, we'll go slower. Might be rougher terrain, so let's try to push through.
Make those checks once more to push through the trail.
Leo.
Uh-oh.
Bill
Yeah.
gets
Leo.
Uh-oh.
Leo.
Uh-oh.
You hear some distressing cracks.
Kind of cracks.
Creaks of wood, but
still get one though.
nothing falls off or breaks or stops moving as you hear a low string of cussing from the bench.
Theodore,
Yes, Ms. Allen.
what is happening?
Nothing. Just it's fine.
Theodore.
Fine.
Sorry, Ms. Allen. I'm concentrating real hard. Yeah, John. Abe's like, da. Woo, if Theo doesn't get his shit together, he's gonna crack an axle. Woo! All right.
Can I use animalism in some way to talk to my horse and figure out what the fuck is wrong with her?
You can also spend willpower to get auto successes.
I mean, I'm doing that. That's what I've been doing to get my successes.
Ouch. Oh, shit.
Yeah. If you want to talk, yeah. If you want to go ahead and do the animal speak with Sasha. I forget exactly what those what those dice are.
Give me a second here. Because
Bill, what'd you get?
I got 1.
Yeah, no, you're that tracks. You managed to keep the horse in the right direction, but it's slow going. It doesn't help that Delia keeps trying to use your pommel as a handlebar to keep her own horse going in the right direction, but you guys make do. Just trying to make the bar go.
yeah, it's still just manipulation plus animal kin. I can just talk to it all I want, but I still have to roll manipulation plus animal kin to make it do anything. But she should be reasonably intelligent because she's a ghoul, or at least
Horses do have a decent int plus the ghoul situation, so yeah.
so,
If you want to start up a conversation with her,
yeah. I just in like patting her on the side, just like Sasha.
where did you? Or this is you've had Sasha since the farm, right?
Yeah, I've had Sasha for a long time.
Because you guys were out there in Pennsylvania.
I think I got to look at where I wrote it, but I think it was Illinois or somewhere from there.
Okay, I was going to give her a real annoying Wisconsin accent, but now I'm making.
I mean, that might also be appropriate. I don't really know, but as she's pulling against the reins, like really mussing about with it, it's like, hey, girl, what's wrong with you? What's going on?
She's like, she goes, I don't like it. Just pulling. Why are we running? Why aren't we going?
Sweet, like
I got feelings.
Yeah, he hops down off of her and like comes around the corner and like puts his hands on the side of her head and starts like looking into her eye and brushing her mane. It's like, sweetie, we have things that we have to do. You know, we have jobs to do. We got work that needs to be done. It's always been like this. Look, I know I haven't been off to ride you take you on the trail for a while. So I promise once we get done doing all this pulling, we'll go off and we'll have ourselves a tour of the area. And you can run all you like.
This road feels funny.
Well, yeah, most roads out here feel kind of. Oh wait, what do you mean? Why do you think it feels funny?
Oh, it feels hollow. It's weird. I don't like it.
What is? Feels hollow?
Yeah, like when you walk over like a bridge or something. Yeah, I don't like it.
Huh. So it doesn't feel like it's comfortable to. Okay. All right.
Isn't this the plot of Full Metal Alchemist?
Well,
now?
Well, let's. The faster we get off of this stuff, the faster we get through here, the quicker you can get off of this awful ground, and you don't have to walk on it no more. We can. But I need you to work with me on that because we got to get these carts through.
That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get out of here, but you keep yanking. All right, fine.
The entire time, everybody's been looking at me. And he's like,
Is that really what we have here?
I don't know. I just
is an
assume.
area to communicate.
Hi, Bella.
Wow. Where'd you come from?
I heard her bark at me.
My circus totally hadn't
Play this game again.
at some point. It's fine.
Okay.
But he eventually hops back up and to the group and said, as soon as we get to a clear spot, we're gonna have to talk.
I wasn't one of those back then. So.
All right.
So you guys have made it a good ways down this frontage trail. You can actually hear the lapping of the waves of the bay against the coast. And you can barely hear the like compound off in the distance. The lights are a dim glow against the sort of black wall of darkness that is the coastal range behind it.
Is your butt on the speaker? Yeah.
Yes, it is. So she's going to get a real thrill when they start talking. Okay. So yeah, so you sort of intuit that here is as good as anywhere to place the next item.
Into it.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
is it digging?
That's the
Yeah. Abe is carrying it. It's the pouch.
Is this the one that we buried?
wait, I thought it was
I thought you were a box.
There's one that we hung in a tree.
Well, there's a couple.
Yeah.
Could be.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
No, you better.
yeah, the fancy box. I wrote down the fancy box is the one that needs to get buried in Cupertino.
No, it's wooden box. Sorry, that was like Pip and Everett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad.
So that's on mine.
Sorry.
Wait.
My
Oh,
notes were correct. I just said it
mine's
wrong.
in Fremont. So yeah, that's the one that Pip and Everett are carrying that we need to bury.
Wait.
So who has the delicate box?
The delicate one, I do. Like the small one with the jewelry.
Yes.
That's Hayward though.
No, I have it. The wooden box is Hayward, and that the fancy box is Cupertino.
Yes. The plain wooden box is Hayward. The delicate box is Cupertino.
Okay, well now my notes are backwards. I'm the one with the small box, so I guess I get the small box.
Okay.
I think I have the delicate box.
Flip.
I didn't write down who had
Why
one. I
would
only
say Pip and Everett have?
Sorry.
I have the pretty things.
Then I have the large one. Oh my god. Okay, you have that box then. I'm gonna pick one.
Yeah.
Shh. With you.
Is Jaren making the same jokes I keep thinking?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Ha 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 ha.
We're not just about dicks around here. Anyway.
No, we like
Yeah.
talking about boxes too. It's fine.
Come on, Jared, let it out. That's what she said.
Stella did want to know how it worked, so
I mean, yeah.
As Pip yells, I have the delicate things.
too right, dear. Too right.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, so big wooden box goes to Hayward. Small jewelry box goes to Cupertino.
Yeah.
And
So we're pretty sure Pip has this one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I remember Everett being like, my dear, would you mind taking and, gestures to the small pretty thing? And yeah.
Yeah, because which one did he grab?
I think that's
The satchel, I think.
Yeah.
Thanks. All
Everett has a satchel.
right. Because I didn't write that down. All right, cool.
So confused.
There's just two. It's not.
No, it's not.
Again.
Let me-
So yes, I have the little jewelry box.
No, I don't. I guess it wasn't entirely clear if you have to do the digging. I don't believe that's necessary. So if we'd like, we can get Jean-Pierre on that, or maybe Elijah wouldn't mind swinging a shovel.
Abe already grabbed a shovel and he's whistling and started to dig a hole.
Well, Mr. Murray is on the case. Well done. All right.
Russ help.
Well,
Russ
thank
is
you, Mr.
always
Murray.
not a big hole that needs to be done.
No.
Oh, my pleasure.
What was that? Russ helps.
Well, I was going to, but then I realized it's not a really large hole that needs to be dug. So
We're gonna dig a fucking
it just
swimming
needs-
pool.
It needs to fit the jewelry box, not all of Pip.
Russ,
Oh, I buried the cart.
Whole thing.
It's like,
Right, with the horses. I wasn't sure, so.
Just got excited to dig holes, like, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, he's back in his training days. He's like, oh, it's like being 28 again. Ah, it's so good.
Right. Oh, we're digging trenches. Shit.
Yes. I got to sleep in my sniper box. I get to dig a trench. This is a great trip, guys.
Yep.
When Mr. Murray is finished digging his small hole, Pip pulls the box from her reticule.
And then he's going to have to fill it back in, just like boot camp.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
she puts the box in the hole.
Okay.
With purpose.
Excellent. Make a willpower roll. Difficulty 7.
Willpower. Pip doesn't have very much.
And she can, of course, spend some if she thinks it may be necessary.
That's a good theme song.
Yeah, right. Ooh, a 10.
Okay.
Oh, good.
A 3.
3.
Yes.
Excellent. So as you place the box in the ground
Looks like it.
with purpose, with intention, you are like, this box will rest here. You get a sense of accomplishment to it, but you're kind of drained suddenly, like it took a lot of effort. You lose 2 willpower, temporary willpower.
Ow.
I don't have a lot of willpower, guys.
Would you say you're at 1 or 2 now? All right. You may even swoon, and your husband is at your side instantly. You definitely are aware that you have been bereft of several spoons suddenly.
Yeah. Oh, brain.
But otherwise, the task appears to be complete. He goes, my dear, are you all right?
I was fine a moment ago, and then I intently put the box into the ground as we were instructed. I feel like I haven't slept in months.
Ah, are you hungry by any chance?
Am I?
No, not any more so than when you woke up.
No, not particularly.
Ah, interesting.
That didn't happen to Russ when he placed the box. I mean, I rolled good on the willpower roll, but
yeah, you rolled really well. You did not lose willpower when you placed the jar.
Yeah, no, I just have real shit Pip is all humanity, no willpower.
yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think maybe we should is anyone around for this, or are you all just sort of like hanging out at the wagons waiting for this to be done?
I would have gone with Pip.
I was like, also Mr. Murray is there specifically because he's the one that dug the hole.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone with Pip because I would have been terribly curious.
Sure.
Hannah's curiosity about how this stuff works would have gotten better.
The cord is like, why do we need 7 people to dig a hole?
Hannah's staring at you like you're some sort of weird fucking bug.
So
once again, Bill doesn't have a thing because she is entirely not having it with this. We got very shit.
Boring.
We're setting the trend for road work for centuries to come right now by having 7 people dig a fucking hole by this trail.
100%.
Not changing.
Does everybody have to do input the code?
no, just whomever is there next to the hole.
Okay.
What if I'm up a tree, like far away from the hole? No, the tree's close, but I'm way up it. Do I not roll it?
Are you observing the goings on, or are you just up a tree?
I'm up a tree and looking, yeah.
Oh, difficulty 7.
I don't know. It's a pretty tall tree. I'm gonna roll it anyway and see what happens.
Am I supposed to be rolling this?
If you wish.
What was it again?
Plus a call, difficulty 7.
I don't care enough anyway.
So
I keep hearing the occult, but not the
It.
Plus
Thank
a call.
you. Wow. I rolled 3 10s.
Abe,
Look at you go.
Abe, you're like, yeah, that's magic shit.
Just an E.
The two of you with the 3s, you're like, yeah, that must be part of the spell. Everett mentioned something about her being hungry, but she's not any hungrier. So thankfully it must not take blood from you. But if it sort of wore out Pip and the whole intention thing, it probably costs an amount of willpower to set.
Yeah.
While that's going on, I'm gonna.
Jesus Christ.
So
Superstar.
Sasha said the ground feels hollow, and I kind of want to start investigating some of the trail, seeing if there's tapping the ground, seeing if there's openings anywhere, if there's some sort of tunnel or something like that, or other kind of burrowing animals or something around.
Do you tell us that Sasha says the ground feels hollow?
Not yet. You guys are dealing with a hole.
Give me a perception plus survival.
Okay.
7.
Russ doing stuff from my tree.
Ow. Ow.
4,
Swish.
5, 6. 6 successes.
Russ?
Why are you so upset? Calm
Yeah,
down.
there's something weird about this stretch of land. There are some burrowing creatures, and nature at large isn't disturbed, but you feel like the effects of humans nearby has had a deeper effect than is typical, and that if you were to earth meld, you would be fine, but you wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. It would give you a weird sense of, you would feel strangely agoraphobic if you were to earth meld.
Okay. Does anything smell particularly off? And
Not here.
okay.
Not where you are currently, no.
So it's more of a metaphorical hollow as opposed to a literal hollow.
As far as you can tell, if it's hollow, it's deeper than however deep you can sense currently. So maybe just metaphysical. You guess that if you were to confirm literal, you'd need drilling equipment.
Yeah. Russ will come back to the group and see that Pip is now swooning and all that stuff, and kind of checks it. Is it, y'all, everything all right over here?
Oh, we're fine. It just appears that when placing the objects, it does take a bit of will from you. Although you didn't seem to have an issue.
He says, "Well, I mean, I am pretty big, so I have a pretty hardy constitution. At least it's what Daddy used to say."
You have at least an 18.
Well, I suppose. Oh, sorry, I'm not Southern. Well, I suppose I do have a smaller frame than you, and I'm not nearly as do pardon, but I'm not nearly as old either. So
he is a little confused about that at first, but then he kind of gets what you're talking about and says, "Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean. If it'll help you feel any better, I got a tin full of Annie's mix in my satchel if you'd like some tea."
maybe I could just smell it.
You get a reassuring pat from Everett.
Yeah. I mean, you could make it. She's just going to sit there and smell it. So, I mean, don't bother making it, and she'll sit there and just smell the leaves.
Yeah.
Russ, if you want to make an int plus occult or a wits plus empathy, difficulty 7 on both, let me know what you get.
Let's see. Wits plus occult or wits plus empathy?
Yep.
Okay, well, wits plus empathy because that's 5 dice. So, difficulty?
7.
Just 1.
Did you go occult or empathy?
Empathy.
You recall when you placed the jar that you were incredibly confident and you just feel that you did it so well that it didn't really need anything else from you.
Ah, okay. As he procures that tin and hands it over to her, says, I don't talk about it much, but I do actually quite like flying around as a bird sometimes, and it's a thing I notice when I do that it kind of makes me feel a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for?
Full of piss and vinegar.
That's a very Massachusetts thing to say.
He always told me that whenever I got back from a bout of flying around, that I was a little more, when she was angry about it, she would say that I was being a little more arrogant, but she'd always say self-confident. So, placing that thing up there didn't seem like it felt, I don't know, I just did it and knew that was exactly what I was supposed to do, and it didn't seem to overwhelm me so much.
Understandable.
But like I said, he hands over the tin to you so you can maybe refresh your senses.
You give me a tincture or my smelling salts.
Yeah. He takes a couple leaves himself and just
to chase away the vapors.
Is Russ gonna mention the ground?
Oh yeah. Says while you're all doing that, I had to check on something. Sasha was complaining about the ground feeling hollow, if that makes any sense. And I did a little bit of looking around there and see if I could find something, maybe some sort of badger or mole or something like that digging around.
Badger mole.
Badger moles.
Learn anyway.
Toph is just following us.
Yeah.
I didn't find nothing like a real tunnel or anything like that, but the ground does kind of feel wrong.
Can I use medium?
Seems like it feels a little
I mean, when I think hollow ground, I think dead things. So, can I occult or medium this, Tony?
Same. I just said the same thing. I was like, can I medium shift this?
Hollow or hollow?
Oh, that you mention it.
This little girl is sassy tonight. Sassy.
Good long nap.
Sassy.
And now she's ready to
Sassy.
annoy the hell out of us.
Mine's disappeared somewhere in my room, and I don't know where. But she was eating a hair tie before she disappeared. So,
yes, make me a intelligence plus occult, difficulty 6 for both of you. 4 and 6. Okay, and now make me a perception plus empathy. Difficulty
wait.
6.
Way to show me up, Miss Allen.
Perception plus empathy.
Yes. Well, Miss Allen has been studying the dark arts.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm about to hit up Bert after this is over. What?
Difficulty?
Holy shit.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Difficulty?
5.
Still 6?
6.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6 for me.
5.
So you and Miss Allen sort of like join hands.
We do a witch circle in the middle of this.
Like,
Don't summon Beetlejuice. We have
And,
enough to deal with.
and just
Beetlegeist.
and Miss Allen sort of like slips back just a little bit, which you recognize as her sort of like kicking into it, and you're like, ooh, like you ruffle internally as you're reminded of your ex-husband, and then like that for some reason helps slip you in as well. And the two of you suddenly realize that you hear the faintest sound of crying and wailing far, far away, muffled.
does it sound like lots of different people? Does it sound womanly? Does it sound like a kid?
There is a chorus of men and women.
When you say far, far away, is it walking distance or far, far away?
Walking distance, but beyond something, within something.
Pip would walk toward the sound.
The two of you sort of Ouija board around the camp, but you realize that you never seen. Yeah.
Get out of my head, witch!
You never seem to be able to get closer or farther away from it.
Okay, so the sound just stays at its
It
same
is.
distance.
It is.
And you said it sounds like adults, men and women crying.
Yes. Go ahead.
Crying and wailing or crying?
Yeah, both.
Crying and wailing.
You might hear some words as well. Give me an int plus academics. Difficulty 8.
Ooh! 4. I rolled 3 9s and a 10. Which is great because I only have 1 dot in academics.
2. So you actually had a bit of an advantage, so you kind of washed to about the same. Both of you recognize the words are in Spanish as well as a native tongue from around this area.
I'm learning Spanish. Can I translate it?
This is how much you got with just the 2.
Oh, okay.
If you
Spanish and native. Okay.
Can I somewhat figure out the Spanish since I speak French?
No.
No.
Miss Allen sort of had an advantage on this one, and so like
Lisa, I try to apply this trick every single damn day of my life. It doesn't work.
Well, it works with Portuguese if I like.
Yeah, I know. I can
They're all
approximate.
Romance languages.
Yeah, I can approximate.
all right. You know what? Go ahead. Give me a wits plus linguistics.
Okay.
Difficulty 9.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yours would be 8 if you would still take this one as well.
Oh my God! I feel I have to show you.
Oh,
Do you see those 4 10s?
Snap.
Hey, guess what? You speak Spanish now.
Yeah, right.
You
I learned it
speak
through
Spanish
osmosis.
and baloney.
Basically, just plugged into the Matrix and just
Yeah.
let it in.
So I got a 5 total.
I didn't get anything.
American language
So,
program.
Miss Allen, you're not used to hearing ghosts in different languages. This is new.
All right.
Whereas Pip sort of gives into it And Pip realizes that through some of her own like audio training that these are limitations. These people are wailing, and it doesn't really matter which language they're using. These are people who suffered and died while toiling on some great work that they didn't believe in or trust in, but were forced to create.
Oh no.
And they are sad and they are lost, and make me a humanity roll, Pip.
Well, that's at least that's my strength.
Difficulty 6.
Thank you. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're good. It's like watching a really difficult movie where you just manage to not cry.
So Pip is distant voicing everything Tony just said.
Okay. Thank you.
With
They
that
didn't
information,
believe it.
somewhere around here, something was worked on, built, done that involved damn near slave labor.
Okay.
And the people involved in this work were abused and used and probably buried where they fell or slaughtered.
So not only am I will fatigued, but now I'm sad and full of terrible wailing and just I'm not well, guys.
Yeah,
Wait, where did the wailing come from?
these boxes here.
Russ
talked
gets to the
about
team.
grounding hollow, and they both investigated this hollow ground theory, and now there's
Cardamom. That's the secret.
ghost wailing because they were working on some.
Hannah doesn't know how to feel. Her humanity is high, but she's still sort of like, I don't appreciate it, but I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, that was a harrowing box to bury, huh?
Yeah, it was. No, Pip is shattered. That's awful. She hates that shit.
I don't know if there's anything we can do. Now that we know what's going on, I relay the information to Russ and whoever else is listening about the feeling the reason why he's getting that feeling from the ground, what's going on. So now Russ is informed, and whoever else was listening, about the slave labor that was used to create something, and how the slaves that died are now restless spirits.
And
Wait till Miss
I was
Ellen-
like, Pip went to go lean into Everett and just hide in his embrace.
As Everett bird wings Pip, he sort of offhandedly is like, well, the missions out here are all but, being dissolved, and like that might explain it, but from what you're describing, it was a bit more concentrated than I'd imagined for out here.
And could it be anything at this point? I really don't know. I don't know much about this area.
This is a terrible place.
Agreed.
I don't wish to be here any longer, but I don't know what to do with these spirits. They're stuck.
Well, I look at Pip and I was like, our expertise is not really adequate enough, I don't think, to lay them to rest at this point.
No.
Russ,
Back with help, perhaps, once we're done with this task. We could try to come back here and see if we could help. I don't know if I'd want to risk it with just the two of us right now.
Agreed.
I mean, I could read a couple Bible verses, but I've getting the feeling that wouldn't make him feel any better.
I don't think
I
that
don't believe so.
Yes, I appreciate it, but I don't think that would suffice. So unfortunately. I'm always amused when he does this because he just literally, it looks like he's casting lots. He's just like,
Everett sort of is like ushering you towards the Surrey. He's like, two rat. If we cannot do much for anyone out here other than our task, then I think it best we be on our way. However, when we return to San Francisco, perhaps we can confer with the court magician. I believe Raldolph may have had some experience with spirits. He might be able to offer some insight, if not solutions.
All right, there we go.
She sniffles and nods her acquiescence.
Everyone ready?
Bill sees them come back and just shattered Pip, and everybody else is like, huh.
The fuck happened to you?
So much wailing.
Lots of ghosts.
See, this is why I stayed here, and I didn't take any of these things you guys are dealing with. I'll watch the cots. I'm perfectly fine with being the watchdog here. Whatever this is.
Bill, Delia nudges you and she's like, is her dead ex-husband still around? Was that still a thing?
It's a good question. Is your dead ex-husband still around? Is that
Yeah, but not if you mention him, he'll come, though.
I was like, it's not just Pip who bristles at this, but also Everett. Like, that man.
Abe is on the side of the cart, and he's like, man, these birds are far away.
Hannah also gives Bill a look because she's actually met Pip's ex-husband, so she's just sort of like, no.
You both of us in there, you're just like, nope, fuck this.
I look at her, between her and Delia, because I know Delia would kind of understand. And I was like, it appears as though slave labor has been used in this area and the poor souls are stuck here.
That's
not nice.
And
that's horrible.
I haven't seen or heard from John since we've arrived in San Francisco.
Everett lets out a low growl at the mention of John's name.
Am I missing
I
something?
looked at him and I was like, agreed.
Oh, so
Pip crawls back into his arm again. Just
she was married before, but they killed that guy. And then she married this guy here, but the other guy was helping her.
That is such a simplification. Wow.
He just starts getting more and more confused, and then getting it, and then confused again, and then getting it, confused again.
She can see ghosts and shit. She's one of
Hannah
like eyebrows.
Her head to the side and like raises her eyebrow at Bill.
Yep,
Like,
Yes. I've heard tell of these legendary.
I hear that they have eyebrows that fly away from the face.
Yeah, but that's not a bird, that's a Hannah eyebrow.
Which is a very impressive skill, you know.
Yeah, I can't see ghosts.
I can't see ghosts either. Not that I want to.
I wouldn't imagine they would have a whole lot to say, really. But well, maybe they would have a
Who
whole lot to
knows,
say.
really, you know. We'll lose separate conversation.
Well, if that
as the
box,
Sterlings clutch each other and try.
and Hannah's just like,
if I may interrupt, that box is nice and buried at this point.
That shit.
So if
Are we going now?
if that does
Are we going
make
now?
Mrs. Sterling feel a bit better to step a bit away from here, I suggest we get on our way and get a move on. Maybe you'll get a chance to sit, Mrs. Sterling, and have a cup of tea and hopefully feel a bit better.
Or smell a cup of tea?
So as that sort of established, Theo is having a real rough time again.
Poor
But Delia grabs the shoehorn of Bill's horse and just starts dragging Bill along. Suddenly, she's really good with this horse and yours, and you don't understand
There's like
how.
one decent
And then, almost as if empowered by the southernness of this event and how tragic the situation is, Elijah's hand on those reins is exceedingly confident. You wouldn't know the difference between this trail and a ride down a southern plantation's driveway. It's one of those situations where if you don't notice it, you know it's being done right.
Theodore.
Yes, Ms. Allen.
Do we need to find someone else to drive the cart?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, Miss Allen.
No, I fully expected you to be a capable person, Theo.
Typically, ma'am, there's something that I don't know.
Jesus.
He's sort of exasperated with his scenario. But don't worry, we'll call it a night here in a second.
Does he make it though?
He starts pushing along slowly but steadily at the butt of the pack, and as you guys reach the edge of this cut-off trail, it links again with the main road, and you see forms in the dark, also coming towards you, with a couple like lanterns swinging. One of them appears to be lower to the ground as if someone's holding it, and another one is hanging off the edge of a buckboard of a wagon or stagecoach or some such. It's a little hard to tell at this distance, but there appears to be someone else traveling this evening in this direction, in the direction towards you. Do you guys continue forward to pass them, or you can try and hide, or what?
Who's leading the train?
At this point, it's the Sterlings.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be
a group of regular, normal travelers. There's nothing to see here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
hiding would be more
conspicuous. Yes.
Yeah.
So I say we continue going.
So as you get
Abel
closer,
up his normal face just to be safe.
Right.
I was like, the Sterlings are too distressed to really notice anybody else anyway. So.
Right. As you guys get closer to the intersect where you guys would get back on the main road, and then this party would likely follow the road into the compound of the rancho, you notice that, yes, there appears to be 3 men, arm on arm, arm on shoulder, the one on the end carrying a lantern. There is a wagon behind them with the other lantern, with 2 mules pulling it. And before you can make out any of their features, the brazen, enthusiastic, horribly off-key tune of Green Grow the Rashizo travels across the night air. And you see the glint of the glint of the swinging lantern off of a couple glass bottles in their other hands.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Perception plus alertness checks.
Or they're not real.
We'll see.
Unless they're drinking, we could probably make short work of those people.
So Sasha always lays just slightly out of my reach when she lies down here. So I have employed the use of my telescoping back.
I needed one of those the other day when that sunburn was healing.
Wait, what's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
I got 3.
3.
I got 6.
I got 3.
Okay, so 2. Yeah, these are some drunk ass Irish dudes. Three.
Yeah.
These drunk ass Irish dudes sound familiar.
Oh,
4 and up, those are absolutely the voices of Daniel and John Murphy, and the tenor of the third sounds very familiar as well.
Oh no.
With 5s and 6s, you can barely make out their red heads in the dark.
Which one are the Murphys?
Shit.
The ones we ran away from.
I just Hannah grits her teeth.
Oh, you also recognize one of the mules as John's.
Hannah grits her teeth, sticks her head out, and hails Theo and is all like, "Please pass the word along. It is the Murphys," with the utmost disgust and disdain in her voice.
Yes, ma'am. The cart is barely moving, so he just kind of hops off the buckboard and runs forward as the horse sort of meanders off the trail some more. Spreads the word up the line, and then comes back and hops back on the buckboard to try and wrestle it back on the trail. And there is where we shall call it for the evening.
I was about to say, Hannah's about to hop off and give intimidation and be like, "Horse, if you don't get your shit together, I will fucking eat you."
I will be very put out if I have to pull this wagon.
Are you happy now? Are you happy now?
See what you
Are
did?
you happy now?
See what you did?
Pain in my butt. Pain in my butt. Pain in my
So
butt.
by petting Sasha with the back scratcher, I have inadvertently brushed her.
All right, so we should be good to go for next week, barring any situation. Well, it's me the next 2 nights, so it's good.
Yeah, but I need you.
Next Sunday and Monday.
Oh, not next Sunday and Monday. This Monday.
No, we don't have anything going this Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
All right.
it would be next. Yeah, next week would be 7 Seas followed by Scion.
Yes.
So we should be good for that, as far as anyone can tell. But we live in an uncertain world, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I'll keep everybody posted.
Right.
I'm gonna jump
Did we
into the
forget?
fire with both feet, but I should be good for game.
Many of us are under potential blackouts or evacuation orders or both because we're all Cali people. So thanks for your understanding if we don't make it next week. Just, make sure you hope everyone's good. Other than
That's
that,
the most important thing.
thank you for playing pretend weirdo vampire westerns with me, and say goodnight, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Did we level?